Beep, beep.
Yes, we have it. Okay, we have a green light. That means that oh no, it's yellow now.
Oh wait.
It still means go. I think everybody.
Go with caution. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so hello everybody. Welcome once again to DG Game Night. This is episode 18, and we have with us our guest DM Jeremy Spray. He's that guy down there.
Hey guys.
That's right. And with us playing tonight, we've got Sarah Moore in Chicagoland.
Hi.
Jimmy McMichael in Tacomaland.
Hello.
And Chris Dupenthaler in the fellow Bellingham land.
Howdy.
Fish off a boat.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. And I am your host, Don Early, and I'll be a player character tonight, again, with a new character. I'm very excited. So, if you are just joining us, which presently I'm seeing 0 viewers, so that's awesome. But they'll come in. They're stragglers. Oh, we have one. Great. Okay, so he's gone. She's gone.
This is not chat room.
Not what I wanted to see.
I was hoping for penises.
DG Game Night. What kind of thing is that? Okay, so some of you may be joining us live on YouTube, and there is a little bar down at the bottom that says "Be a part of the conversation." You can click that, and it'll bring you to this hangout and watch the show. There is an interaction bar, so Q&A. You, as the audience, can throw out ideas, situational aspects, suggestions for the players. You know, anything that you're kind of interested. We might grab that and use that in the scene as we go along. So, without further ado, we're playing Demon Hunters, a comedy of terrors. This book right here, among the various versions, you can buy this on drivethrurpg.com.
You should hold up the fancy leather one if you're gonna show and tell.
I know, but it's downstairs. So you can go to demonhuntersrpg.com, and there you can find all of the versions and all the things, and you can buy it there. So please do. There. Okay, Jimmy's got the swanky.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Swanky.
That's the leather gorgeousness.
Mine's on the other room too. I could run and grab it, but yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah, whatever. All right, and so also because everybody's relatively new to the system, Jimmy notwithstanding, I'm going to be kind of helping. We're all going to be kind of helping out with the rules as we kind of get through things, but it's pretty rules light, and yeah, so you might kind of see that as we go along. Turning it over to you, Mr. Spray.
All right, everybody. Well, welcome, and thanks for having me along. I'm going to do my best not to completely mess it all up. A little bit, I'm hoping. If you can carry it over into your other stories, do whatever you got to do. But I have no problem coming back and finishing you all off. I mean, finishing the story later on when we do this. Looking at you, Dupe. All right, so let me go ahead and set you guys to the Wayback Letter that was sent a whole week ago to Dr. Henry Campbell.
Oh, wait. The audience doesn't know who the characters are, so let's go through and do character introductions. But I'll let you handle that, Jared.
I will go ahead and start then with the letter. We'll go first to Dr. Henry Campbell. Mr. Campbell, will you please go ahead and describe yourself?
Yes, I am Dr. Henry Campbell. I'm a cultural demonologist, medicine man, and I am a experienced demonologist, expert in my field, and one seductive son of a bitch. If I could get my screen right, I could share with you that I look like Sean Connery from The Medicine Man.
I see. And what kind of medicine do you work on in demonology? Just to be curious, just to make sure we're clear on that.
Well, that's a bit of mix of both, you know.
Sure.
I was back in the early days when I was in my 30s. I was a super spy and for the British Secret Service. And
Should we know that now? Are you going to kill us for telling us that?
No, it's totally fine. I'm retired, you see.
Okay.
But among my travels, I discovered a Soviet experiment that had involved creating half-demons. It was nuts. And so I've been fascinated ever since and decided to devote my career to the various cultures of demonology.
Fantastic.
Along the way, I've learned how to heal people. Choose a hand.
True story. Very good. Thank you very much. And that takes me right over to Wen.
Hi.
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 How are you?
I'm good. I don't know if we need to talk about me too much. I mean, I'm
Because we all know you.
Sort of not of this realm, but it's fine. It's totally fine.
It's fine. You're sort of not of this realm.
I mean, I live here most of the time,
Okay.
but
Sounds like you're kind of the realm.
I mean, did I mention I'm a succubus? Is that not?
There we go. So that's a little different. So it's even like your parents weren't born here. You're kind of an anchor succubus. Is that what it is? You live here, but you keep them all, so you don't have to worry about immigration problems.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really had problems with immigration. They've been delightful to me, actually. Slept with most of them.
Well, you do what you got to do.
Lovely people.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Wen, the succubus anchor baby.
Yeah.
And Vinny the fence.
Yeah, Vlad couldn't be here today, so he sent his guy, and I'm his guy for fencing.
Oh, all right. Well, you're a good-looking guy.
Can we have clarification on what sort of fencing?
Well, pretty much I do it all, like fencing for, your house or your sports stadium, no problem.
That's excellent. That's actually really good news, and there is a reason we called you, because we also have a bear. Literally right here.
There's a bear.
Yeah.
You fenced bears before, right? I mean, that was in your resume.
Does the bear get a foil?
Is the bear stolen? Can we sell him?
Good question. We actually did order a cipher for this team. This is row 7, guys. And when we ordered the cipher, we got a box with a bear.
That is not my fault.
Okay. You did do the ordering. They asked for you by name.
Very clearly checked. Not a bear, please.
Sounds like a bullock problem, frankly.
Yeah, it's probably why he's not here.
I'll get to work fencing then.
All right. Thank you, Vinny. I appreciate that. And while you're on that, I'm going to go ahead and set the Wayback Machine just a little bit to Dr. Campbell. When a week ago you received a letter, if you recall.
That's right.
Yes, from the very prestigious Flatbread Art Museum.
Those are cheeky bastards, then.
The Flatbread Art Museum from Plains, Kansas, which everyone obviously knows. No, they don't. There's a population of 700 people. It's a very, very small town.
What are they doing with art that attracts me is what I want to know.
That's the thing. So this is the very first major exhibit that they've actually had a real piece, not so much a replicate or duplicate of other pieces. This is their first original piece that they've received. And it was the fantastic statue that they had a full display around. They got a whole $1,000 budgeted this month so they could put it together and have this really, really incredible art piece. But they wanted to really tie it together and have an expert tied to it. So you received a letter that simply said, Dr. Campbell, we really have heard much about you and all of your demonology medicine man experience. We have a piece that we would like to have an expert seek about. It is referred to as the Battle of Demon Stone, and we would love for you to come and show us your expertise and tell us what you know about the piece and the art, and perhaps even give a couple of speeches for the demonstration of it. Here is a plane ticket from Spirit Airlines. I apologize, it's all we could afford. It is in the standing section, but you will only have to fly 13 hours to come on in and visit us. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Son of a bitch. Well, I suppose I've flown worse from Bangladesh.
They did not send it priority, so you actually have a flight in 1 hour.
Oh.
Well, shit. I will pack my things and, board said flight.
When you say things, what exactly are you going to be packing? Because it's Spirit Airlines, you will have to carry them.
Oh, yes. Well, I've got my medicine bag, and it's got my various ritual trinkets and test tubes and various mixing compounds.
Any liquids? You can't have any liquids on the plane.
Shit.
There's medical exemptions.
Dump them out of security, or if you want, you can see if you can get them past security. If there's any way that you might be able to do that.
I am an expert in my field, and I feel like I should be well known, and so I'm going to forcefully use my social engineering, which I have 0 rankings in.
Okay, great.
And I'm going to try to seductively put myself upon them and charm their ways, and so I don't get any bonus for that.
So you're charming Gary, the security guard.
That's right.
All right.
Gary.
Gary. All right. What's your role, buddy?
It's Hank.
Hank.
I rolled an 18, or excuse me, I rolled an 11. Rolled really well on my forceful approach. Gary.
Dr. Campbell, it's so good to see you again. How did the mangoes turn out?
They were delicious, but not so much in the medical properties I had asked for.
I am so
For
sorry.
that, your pay will be docked.
I didn't mean to have that. I don't think you actually pay me for that, but I promise I will have those fixed for you next time. You look like you're.
Pull out a notepad.
Oh, you know what? That's actually not a big deal. I think you can probably just kind of walk through, and I will try to get those fixed for you next time. You smell great.
All right. Well played.
So yeah, you make it right past them, and you get on the plane just in time. You are carrying your medical bag with you because they don't have overhead compartments. That's how they can get you standing in there. They just remove those, so you don't have to worry about the seat issue. Good news is they did provide a what's the best way to put it? Wall that you can kind of lean against while you're sleeping. If you try to get sleep at all. They also do have, in fact. It's not really, methamphetamines, not so much, but enough to kind of keep you going if you just don't want to sleep ever on the flight because they understand that terminal screaming could happen. So you make the flight all the way through. You land at about 4 p.m. In Plains, Kansas. It's at least 4 p.m. their time, so it's probably like 7 a.m. for you. Where did you come from, Dr. Campbell? It was a 13-hour flight, right? So I assumed you were probably way in the heart of somewhere.
Yes. I was. The jet lag has my brain right now, but it was, of course,
mosquito infested and deadly, and essentially something tried to kill you on the way to the airport.
Well, certainly.
Yeah. Okay.
But specifically, I found myself naturally in the Pacific garbage patch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Awful. I had to get a boat, and I was investigating some odd going-ons there.
It explains the delay in your mail delivery. There was all sorts of rerouting trying to get to the garbage patch.
It eventually washed up in the garbage patch itself. So
yeah,
I did get
That's how it happens. I totally get it. Great. So
I also got my female. Hi-yo!
That famous Sean Connery catchphrase. Hi-yo.
When you get off the airplane in your charming, seductive manner, you are greeted by a gentleman with a sign holding up. This is Dr. Campbell. On it, what you see is a gentleman in a quite literal tweed jacket, despite the fact that it's the middle of summer. He has got a old red bow tie, so it's more of a faded red, like he's worn this for a long time. He has a small goatee, somewhat furry hair, and some fantastic spectacles that are more round than anything else. And he is looking anxiously right at you. He's staring you down because every other person coming off that plane is not your color, to be honest. And he's not looking at them.
I directly approach him.
Are you Dr. Campbell?
Take me somewhere pretty.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Dr. Campbell, I am Dr. Rubney. Well, half Dr. Rubney. Well, I took a couple of classes. I'm the professor at the high school, and we work on art literature all the time, and it is such a pleasure to meet you. I'm a little sweaty. I'm sorry. I'm very excited. I would like you to come with me to. I would like to. I'd show you your hotel, which is fine, and I would really love for you to see this piece, though, real fast. If you wouldn't mind, just kind of taking a look at it, and we'd love to get your feedback on it. Is that okay? Would you be all right with it? I'm very, very sweaty. I'm sorry. You're Dr. Campbell, right?
Take me to this, whatever it is you've brought me here for. I don't need a hotel.
He spins on his heel and walks right away, expecting you to follow him immediately. He has a very kind of giddy, fast pace.
Excitable fellow, I say to no one.
You jump in his car with him, which is a fantastically spaced out 1994 Subaru. You can tell that he washed it on the outside. There's a couple of wrappers he missed on the inside, and it smells vaguely of French fries. As he drives you over to the museum, you can see that it is probably more of a convention center than church. We'll say it's a walled-off place. It is not high-end. It is not expensive, and the whole town, in fact, as you drive by, you can see is more of a pass-through town than anything. There's a small diner that you pass as you walk in the main area. It looks like 50s remnants left over, not because they're trying to be retro, but because they hadn't decided to do anything different. As you pass again, you see a fire station right next to it with the classic red truck sitting out front. There's a statue of somebody standing out front of what looks like to be a court building. It's got a couple of pillars in front of it and someone with a finger-high pose, posing.
Someone gave him the finger.
Because he's God, that's very good. You're hilarious. And he drives on a little bit further, about it feels like a mile down. He pulls out past the school and into a round corner into this little sub area, where you are greeted by two flashing cars. They're actually.
I'm pretty sure we pull up, and I am passed out.
Fantastic. Okay, great. As they pull up, Professor Mr. Rubney looks over and says, "Dr. Campbell, okay. Okay. He puts the car in park, and he gets out, and when you come to in... Wow, that was a big roll. 2 hours. You find that what wakes you up actually is the flashing blue and red lights that are now outside the museum, and that's what's happening. You kind of hear some chatter around.
I get out of the car.
As you get out of the car, you start hearing voices come in from other different places. Did you see anything? No, I didn't hear anything at all. It was the weirdest thing ever. We were really getting this, and there was somewhere off in the distance there was a sobbing voice. This was the big chance. We were gonna be something.
Where is Dr. Brontosaur?
Who are you addressing? Just in general? Just
anybody.
I like it. All
Anybody
right.
in earshot.
Walking up past you, there is a fireman. He dressed in his full fire outfit. He was ready to go, fighting something. He's even holding a big axe. You don't see any fire. You don't smell any smoke. And he turns and looks at you and says, "Dr. Rubney's over there. He's been there for a half hour." And he points to the sobbing.
Thank you.
He walks away. Axe over his shoulder. Pack it up, boys! As you come up, I assume you're approaching Dr. Rubney?
Oh, yeah.
As you walk up to him, the fire truck pulls out, lights flash off. There's still a couple of police cars around. And Dr. Rubney, who is sitting crumpled in a pile on the ground, tweed suit stained with tears and a little snot, looks up at you with his glasses. Hold
yourself together, man.
Sorry. It's gone.
What
Dr.
stuff?
Campbell, I'm so sorry. When we were here, it was working, it was fine, and then you were asleep, and I wanted to let you sleep because you had been on a long flight, and I came in and it's broken. The demon stone's gone.
The demon. The what? Say again. Use your words.
Just come see. You need to take a look at it. And he pulls himself up like as though he was a puppet with his strings cut, and just kind of flops, not nearly as excited as he once was as he walks into the door. Over the radio, as you're walking in, you just hear a little squawk in the distance talking about the diner that's happening on, and it sounds like they have another call that's being taken them away, and the police are pretty much done here. There's not a lot they can do. So as you're walking in, the police are walking out, and like this, I don't even know why we're here. This is kind of the stupidest thing, but whatever. It's not stupid, Dr. Rubney says as he looks over his shoulder.
Calm your face.
He walks in. He turns to the right. As though there were anywhere else to go. You're in kind of a foyer with two halls, and you walk down the left hall, and as you walk through there, it opens up into kind of a larger display room. There they had what appeared to be very, very old velvet ropes that were around what looks like on a dais a statue. It was a full-size statue. It looks like there were two figures involved, one on the left that was standing, one on the right that was crouched. And you can't really tell much more than that because the rest of it is shattered. There is rubble and stone all over the ground, and the only thing that you can really make out, and even the character that was standing, the head that was there is gone, and it's actually worn in that place, so you don't know if that face was there ever for the statue. You don't see any head remnants on the floor, but the main body piece looks like it was just beaten with a hammer, just smashed a whole bunch of times, and it's kind of all over the place. And the main statue is up kind of like this with the fist in the air, and there it is. And it hits him again as he walks in the room and just starts mourning. He's like, "It was such a beautiful thing. It was here. It's not here."
While he's doing that, I start piecing through the pieces, see if I can notate the stone, anything that pops out from my expertise, experience, any familiar symbols or shapes I look for, and then ultimately also just like, is this vandalism, or does it look like they were searching for something inside the statue?
Sure. So as you're taking a look at it, you pick up a couple of pieces. You see a bit of what looks like it may have been maybe an eye. Perhaps it's about fist-shaped, and you just see it was more of like an almond-shaped eye that kind of pulled out into what may have been the face later on. You see some remnants around that looks like it looks like either may have been like a tail or snakes floating around. Like there's a few of those. And from what you gather, tell you what, give me a clever look at this real quick.
Okay. So typically these would be like an approach plus a discipline. So in this case, I'm going to use a clever, which is a die 8, and research and development, which is
there you
a
go.
D10.
Yeah.
And you decide what specific opposition, 5, 10, 15, whatever.
Yeah, but we're looking at the shape of the room. You don't really deal a lot with statues, if I recall, other than what you found demonology-wise. You're more of a medicine man. So we're mostly looking at the lay of the land and what you know from your life experience. Yeah.
So cultural demonologist, medicine man. So cultural demonologist. So I would be familiar with iconography or anything. It would all be demon centered. Yeah. So
yeah.
And that's a 14.
14, great. Okay, so what you can see here is that the smash radius of the stone around the statue is more of a blast radius that you can tell. It looks like something came out from the inside rather than was smashed from the outside.
Shit. And do I see anything scorch-wise? Does this look like it was, like, bomb blasted out?
Yeah, good question. No, you don't see any flame remnants necessarily. You don't see any scorch marks. There is no smell other than that of shattered stone and some mildewed tiles. You don't see anything that really would indicate that this was explosive by any means. It just seems to be more popped out.
Okay. I open my medicine bag and I look for a piece that was probably like on the interior side of the statue.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And I grab a pencil and a piece of string, and I ask excuse me, Mr. Sobby McSob, would you mind? And I actually try and collect some of his tears.
That's not hard to do. His jack is quite literally soaked. And
so I bring some of that out into the bowl here, and I tie the string to the pencil, and I put it over the tears in the bowl, and I mutter a few words, and I see if I can get any sort of directional out of this. So this is going to be a mystic arts little ritual, and I will use clever.
Okay.
All right. That's a 10.
All right. So at a moderate difficulty, you have two results that pop up. One, you see that the interior part of the stone right behind that eyepiece that you're looking at, when you hold the tears over it, starts to glow a faint green, like actually glow, like not just iridescent but almost bioluminescent the way it comes off, and then it fades away. Your knowledge of demonology tells you that is obviously a historical residue, that there is not life in here now, but there once was of a spirit of some sort, or something that was of the ethereal spiritual realm.
I'm going to need backup.
Okay.
And I pack up my things, and I say, thank you, Mr. Sobby McSob. And I say, I need a telephone.
Behind him, as he just kind of falls, you slap him down on the ground. He just falls, and collapses. And behind him, walking right up, oh, great, you're here. You see a woman walking up to you with a really tight perm, a super curl in her hair. My name is Susan. I am the curator of this museum. Not Miss Susan, not love, not honey. I am Susan. And you are late. Apparently, you've just seen the disaster that's happened from the vandals in our town. But here we are. So, do you know what's happened?
I've got a fair amount of an idea, but I need to borrow your telephone.
That's fine. You can come with me to my office, and we'll get you to your hotel. Rubney, suck it up! As she stomps around, walks away from you again, just like Rubney did, doesn't wait for you to follow her. Stilettos marching away.
I size her up.
She doesn't see you, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
All right. She as you take a look at her, she is a 6'1" drop of water. She's in her late 30s, which means that she looks like she's interested in some attention. You didn't see a ring on that finger. You didn't see anything that said she wasn't interested either.
All right. Let's go make a...
You followed her into her office. She explains real quick, curtly, she just sits behind her desk as though she's done this with you 1,000 times. We're going to start our exhibit tomorrow at 9. I don't care what they say. We'll do our best to piece it all together. You can have dinner. It's on the way to the diner. We already have a ticket booked out for you. We have a hotel which is right next to it, and you have a space that you can sleep there. Here's the phone. Help yourself, and we'll be back in 10 minutes after I sweep that thing up off the floor. And she gets back up and walks right back out again, looking over her shoulder at you this time.
I wink at her.
She winks back.
No,
No.
I dial my 35-digit phone number, and I say, "This is Go for Campbell. I need help. I need you to send me a chapter right away. Something maybe with a specialty in ghosts or ethereal experience would be helpful." We have, and then I give them the brief of like the stone and the blah blah blah, and that yeah, and so something's happening, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So
Great.
send a team.
All right, Dr. Campbell, hold on for 48 hours or less then, and we'll get someone to you right away. Vinny, at that point, you hear a phone coming somewhere in the room. You think it's in Bear's mouth.
Hey, turn off that alarm clock. Oh, hey, that's a bear ringing.
Yeah, it's definitely in Bear's mouth.
Wow. Nice bear. Good bear. Yeah.
I cough out the phone.
No. Thanks, bear.
I shuffle off to eat a couch.
Hello?
Is this row 7?
That's not what my ticket says.
Where's Vlad?
He couldn't be here. But I'm his guy. He sent me. He said to be here. So I'm here.
All right. You have a mission up. It's Dr. Campbell. Death Stone. Demon Stone. It's going to be an Op 7. We're looking for a season capture. I need you in with your team 24 hours.
I mean, Vlad said I had to, so okay, yeah. I'll do it.
All right, bring your team with you. Grab succubus.
Bye.
Yeah, it didn't even click. It was just mouth breathing and then done.
Wow. Yeah, so guys, that was someone on the phone about like seat 7, row 7, something like that.
Am I there? Am I in the room?
You're in the room. You were watching this whole
He's
thing
just
happen.
talking to a bear.
You just stared at it. You heard it ringing and all. You're like, this has happened before. And
No, it's the bear. Sometimes
Yeah.
the bear rings. I'm not dealing with it again.
it's Vinny's deal.
What?
Yeah, row 7. That's us. We going somewhere?
Bear
Yeah.
coughs again. Literally, plane tickets.
What do you know? We are in row 7.
I'm gonna skip the plane and just go there and through like I can like teleport.
Can you?
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, I've done it
Yeah?
in almost every other game. I'm just gonna go.
Whenever she
Easier
remembers.
travel.
So you just look at the tickets and go, "Pfft,"
Yeah.
and you're out. Okay, great. Wen's gone. She's like, oh, my seat, and then poof.
Wow, was that supposed to happen?
You ask the bear.
Vinny and the Bear this fall on CBS.
Good luck getting the bear to wherever we're going.
Is one of these seats like a cargo hold, or am I supposed to?
Do Muppet Man with the bear. Just put like a wig on him, like a trench coat.
Trench
Gonna
coat.
be
Whoa.
Wow,
You're gonna
Vlad
show
really
up with
owes you
so
one.
few arms.
All right, here we go, Bear.
Bear wants a window seat. Just saying.
So, yeah,
You hear a ring at the doorbell, Vinny.
just a minute. I'm kind of. Well, hey, it can't get any weirder. All right, open the door.
There is a FedEx guy staring at you, like, your ride's here. He points behind him, and he has a large truck with a big cage in the back and a ramp that's already going down, like a dog ramp, already set there waiting for you. Do you have your bag?
Yeah, I just got here. It's not even unpacked.
Great. Get in. He points to the passenger seat, not the cage. Get in.
Oh,
And he
right.
walks in. He walks in past you before you even move, and goes, "All right, let's go. Come on, Bear. Here, Bear. Come on. Fish. Salmon fish."
You got me. I'll follow the fish.
And it follows the fish every time. He walks himself backwards, and he walks backwards up the ramp like he has eyes on the back of his head. Goes back all the way up, goes into the cage. Bear follows him up into the cage, and now he's next to you. All right, let's go. Like he literally just like stood next to you as though he walked out of the door behind you just now.
You know, I just saw a lady disappear in a puff of smoke, I think. And all right, yeah, let's go.
Cool story, bro. He closes the door, and the ramp rolls up all by itself. He jumps in and hauls you way too fast to the airport, but not the one that you know of, the little side airport, the one that goes down the ramp in the cave, spirals down 3 times, goes under some water, pops back up, and there's a plane.
You know we got a bear back there.
He parks the car, doesn't even look at you. It's like been 3 minutes, and he's gone 80 miles. He jumps out, opens the door, says, "Come on, Bear. Here we go. Come on, Bear." Another fish. Holds it right out in front. Big salmon. Like just hanging down. A nice 4-pounder. And he does the exact same walking backwards up the back ramp of the plane into the next cage. That's right there. That has a trench coat and a hat. Hanging on the side.
Could I get a fish to go? I think I'm gonna need one of those.
A woman appears right next to you. You're Vlad's man?
Yeah.
Great. Right this way, please. You have your ticket?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And she walks you around to what looks to be the passenger side door of the airplane.
Okay.
There are 3 steps that go up to it. You step right into it. You step back. And inside, it actually is a bit more of a dimensional port. You find that it seems to be a bit more of a Winnebago than anything else. It's got a little bench. It's got a little fold-out table and the thing on the side, and it's way bigger than what it looks like from the outside of the plane. And
Wow.
and she points around and says, facilities are in the back. Your snacks are up in the cabinets. And if you look right over here, we have a fish for you on the table.
Okay.
As you turn to the side, you look at the table. There is, in fact, a plate of fish. It looks like it was a rainbow trout that was already gutted, cleaned, and steamed with your favorite vegetables right next to it. Pork rinds.
True. Thanks. Yeah.
Safe flight. She turns to walk away and doesn't. Just vanishes. Poof again. Pilot is now in the cockpit, as though she poofed into it. Different guy. Plane takes off. They did not wait for you to sit down. They did not read you a card. The plane just starts moving. And again, it feels more like a Winnebago than in an airplane.
Wow. I'm gonna need. Is there like in-flight service on this flight? Because this has been a day already, and I kind of have a feeling it's not gonna get any crazier or less crazy. No, it couldn't get any crazier. This is totally it for today. Yeah, I'm sure.
Thank you so much for riding on Demon Hair Airlines. If you actually turn to your right, you'll see there's a mini fridge next to you with every drink that you are thinking of right now, already ready for you. Your flight will be departing and landing in about the next 15 minutes, so please enjoy your stay, and thank you for riding with Demon Hair Airlines.
Did he say demon?
He says to the bear.
Who, by the way, is staring at you from the back of the Winnebago through his cage, the exact same face he had when he swallowed a phone.
I have somehow managed to put on the hat.
It's same old, same old. I know these flights. I know how it goes. Your trout is delicious, by the way, as well as the vegetables, exactly the way that you like them. Your drinks are exact. They have your very specific IPAs that are your favorites. They already know that it was yours for whatever reason. It could be Genie Airlines. It could be something else. You're not entirely sure, but you are rather comfortable in your Winnebago seat the whole way there. And after about 15 minutes, right when you finish your dinner and your last drink, you land. And when you land, I mean you land. It is a drop out of the sky. Boom, land. It shakes just a little bit on the shocks. And stewardess, right next to you again. Vinny the Fence, thank you again so much for flying with us. We do appreciate your stay. Please come this way as we exit the plane.
Okay.
Yep, she goes right back to the same door that you came in, down the stairs and out. It is about 7 a.m. when... is not there. Bear comes out. This way, Bear. Come on. Shh. Come on, Bear. Fish. Fish. He's walking out. Bear does have his full outfit on, trench coat and hat now. As he is dressed, following the fish out. They've set the fish down right next to your feet.
Kind of take half a step back.
That's a good move.
Yep, there you go. Bear's got fish ready to go. And you are outside of the museum, the very same place where that phone call was made from. And the sun is up. And
wow.
when you blinked, did you blink at what you read or blinked at what you knew the mission to be when you teleported?
I teleported to what I knew the mission to be.
Okay, great. So Wen walks out as though she had been there all night long, and stares at you.
Whoa, you. Hi.
Yes, hello.
How did you get? You know, never mind. I don't even know how I got here.
I see you dressed up the bear. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of all the things today, that really isn't the craziest one. In fact, I kind of think it fits him pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, you can barely tell it's a bear now.
Everyone just kind of nods.
Legs and scratch my back on a lamppost.
Dr. Campbell, you got your call about 15 minutes ago that your whole team was arriving and they are going to be there at 6 a.m. sharp. It is now 6:01.
I need coffee.
Are you at the museum still, or from your hotel?
I don't know. I'm a little confused as to the passage of time. Did I have a chance to go to a hotel room? Did I arrive?
So this is approximately 12 hours later from the time that you arrived to the time you slept, the time you made the phone call, and the time everyone arrived. This has actually been 12 hours. So we're at 6 a.m. the next day. So if you are a prompt individual, I'm going to say that you're there. If you are not a prompt individual, Dr. Campbell, then I would say you may not be there.
I am not there.
Fantastic. As you hear your alarm go off at 6 a.m., which you may or may not have set on your phone, Susan rolls over, stretches her arm across you, and slaps the phone, turning it off. It's too early.
You're telling me.
I'm gonna say if he's not there by 6:20, I'm gonna pop into his hotel room and tell him to get his ass up, and then pop back out to the museum.
Fantastic. All right, and you guys are just gonna wait for him until then, until 6:20. If he doesn't make it by then.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going anywhere.
Bear, what would you like to do?
At 6:25, you pop back with the bear.
Yeah. That's the plan. That's the second one.
Plan B. All right, excellent.
Okay, so I slap Susan on the rear and tell her to go fetch me some coffee.
Yeah, that you would. Oh, you rogue! And she does. And she goes and gets you coffee, and while she does, she flicks on the TV with a remote, and you hear the news report which just comes on. In a stirring turn of events, there seemed to be a odd vandalism that's happened in the middle of town square. It appears that there are 4 other statues that have been placed around our beloved mayor statue, Mayor Bledville. I'm going to write that down so I don't mess that up again. There are now individuals all around Mayor Bledville that seem to be of the same type of statue stone. No one remembers that happening or how it happened or where it came from, but there they are now. As you can see, one's more of a teenager, just kind of jauntily waving, and the other 2 seem to be inappropriately engaged in some sort of action around the mayor statue. This is a shame and a despite, and not something that we here at Flatbread really take seriously. So what I would like to suggest is that the police are certainly watching it, but if you have any ideas whatsoever or any advice as to how this may have occurred or what kind of hooligans may have done such thing, please call the number listed below. They show an image of police back and forth, and they do show now 5 statues. There was the one with the finger up. There's another one with the finger pointed at him. There's 2 down that looks like on their knees, but not necessarily towards him. They're just kind of like as though they were sitting statues that have just kind of been put in bear form. And there's another one across the back that looked like it may have been serving something or is pointing, but he doesn't have anything in his hands. It's just kind of an open cup shape over the shoulder. They just have different shots all around and baffled, scratching police looking at it and these people in stone.
Well, shit. I hope they get here soon. I go take a cold
statue?
shower.
In your cold shower blinks when?
Yep,
Well,
Dr. Campbell.
I'd say that this was a shock and a surprise, but I'm happy to see you.
I can tell. You're supposed to be at the museum 20 minutes ago.
I don't remember. I don't remember you scheduling me an appointment.
You scheduled the appointment. I'll be back in 5 minutes with a bear if you're not there. And I leave.
There's no part of that was flirtatious whatsoever, nor was it an innuendo. You know she's bringing a bear.
Real
That is the
bear.
strangest thing anyone's ever said to me.
In the shower.
All right. I saunter out naked and towel myself off in front of Susan, and drink my coffee, and I get dressed and say, apparently, we have an appointment. And
Susan beat you to it. She is already dressed. Her keys are in her hand. She has almost a fearful look at her in her eyes, just kind of very stark. I just saw a woman with a bear in here. So she is absolutely ready to get the hell out of the hotel.
all right, take me to your leader.
Like a bat out of hell, she drives your ass to town, absolutely paying no attention to stop signs or speed limits, and just flies you into there, almost kicks you out of the car as she does a screeching turn and opens the side door. You, in your own charming way, just stumble for a second and step and walk out of the car as though you've done this a million times, because you have. Jumping out of moving cars is nothing new to you.
Right.
And there is...
Because I am a retired super spy.
That's correct. There is Wen, standing with her arms crossed, right next to Vinny, who is kind of in this half shrug, just kind of in general. He's just kind of standing around. And there's Bear. Well,
I have eaten my trench coat.
Perhaps.
Well, now he's wearing a tutu.
Mostly eaten trench coat, but not tutu, is in his mouth, as the rest of it's around his waist, and he just kind of stares at you.
He's the prettiest bear.
That's how you're greeted.
I ordered a team. Where's the rest of you?
Well, Vlad couldn't make it, but I'm his guy. He sent me. I'm his fence
We're
guy.
supposed to have one of those robot thingies.
Well, we have a bear instead, so deal with that. It's a very useful bear. Costs things up that we need.
Bear just stares at you.
So, which one of you is the leader?
I
The
step
bear,
forward.
clearly.
Well, yeah. I mean, unless we can get our hands on some trout, in which case we might do a little better.
You called us. What do you
Can the
need?
bear talk?
It had a cell phone.
Speech to text, motherfucker. What? Seriously, what is the problem?
Well, your name is...
Oh,
To your right, from that moment, you see tink, 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 tink. A rock falls in the middle of you guys. It is a really beautiful Fabergé egg made of marble that you can see. It's very intricately
shiny.
wound.
Ooh.
On
don't
the
touch it.
side. Vinny, are you picking it up?
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Vinny, on the inside, as you see it's actually got like 8 spirals that wound from the bottom to the top, and there's a little crystal inside that actually kind of glows in this faint blue. And as you look up, the crystal shakes and rattles.
I'm gonna
and
stand behind the
breaks.
bear.
when ducks behind the bear, the crystal inside breaks, and a giant blue gas miss out of it onto you and all around you. So as this has gone off, I need you guys to roll me a, let's see. We're going to do a defense roll.
I'm gonna try to hide, so I'm gonna go covert up.
Yeah.
You're hiding behind Bear.
Yeah, it's a big bear. I'm a tiny demon.
I think that's an excellent plan, and I, with
You
a
follow suit.
with a super. I don't even look at the explosion. I just walk towards the bear, and so I will flashily. Crap.
You're gonna flashlight crap? Don't do that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Serious.
Oh man. Well, I'm just trying to find my discipline, and I don't really have something that's going to work here.
Unsigned.
Covert ops, I guess.
I got a 12.
I'm going to go ahead and spend a faith point and invoke retired super spy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I forcefully be a bear at it, and I got a 17. I used 3 demon dice. One of them was a 1. What does a 1 on a demon die do? I always forget.
It's really bad. It's kind of DM's choice. Okay, so I get a 11, 12, 13.
So, since my trouble aspect is, ooh, shiny.
Oh my god.
I don't really try to dodge so much as like try to grab the gem more and like save it.
Right.
Good. Okay.
And my quick, I guess it would be quick combat and tactics. I'm not that good at it, but I rolled max, so I get a 12.
Okay. Well, 12 is better than 10. Well, just be honest there. So so glad you maxed out on that one. I will describe what happens in the kind of the reverse version of what happened through. So, Fabergé egg drops in. Vinny picks it up, sees the ooh shiny, kind of holds it in, and both Wen and Dr. Campbell go, oh, and walk behind Bear, who just kind of sits and stares at the whole thing that's happening. When the gas blows out from it, Vinny, what you feel is you are suddenly all sorts of pins and needles. Like everything is uncomfortable, and like your whole body is just kind of falling asleep all over the place. Bear, you are experiencing the same thing to a much lesser degree, except for your nose. Your nose has turned gray and solid, like a rock.
Suck.
And both you, Wen and Dr. Campbell, you also get the pins and needles tingling. Like you just have a giant muscle ache suddenly, and everything is just super stiff. You can't stretch it out enough. Like your whole body is just really stiff and tingly. And after about 5 more seconds, the blue cloud of smoke just kind of dissipates. And you are stuck there, and Vinny, if you try to let go of that egg, you're not really sure if you can at the moment. Everything is just really stiff and holding on.
Oh, I don't want to let go. I think I think I saved it.
You will. And Dr. Campbell, you now notice that there is that sense of the sheen that you found, and that little smell that you indicated that which you weren't paying attention to at the time because you were focusing on the tears dripping down, is completely the opposite of it now. So the sweet, sickly, almost mold smell that you were getting from the tile, or at least that you thought was the moldy tile, is quite a bit more of a bitter, nearly ashing, burning smell that you're getting right now. But it is complete counter opposite.
Is this from my people? Does it smell like home?
Yeah, and there might be a little bit of that there actually. That you get more of a, not even a brimstone, just kind of more of an airbag burning smell. If anyone can relate to that, when airbag blows.
All right, I would like to roll some kind of like, what the hell just happened? What is this stuff? And based on all the knowledge that, the experience we just had,
yeah,
is there something I can like cobble together from rare herbs and mythological, incantations or whatever?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give me actually. Yeah, no, let's do a Mystic Arts. And there's two pieces of evidence that you can point to right now. When you kind of unstiff your body and walk around, you see that Bear's nose is super gray and hard, and you get a chance to look at what's inside Vinny's hands and realize that the egg of marble is still there, but the crystal is gone. And go ahead and give me a let's do it. Give me a Mystical Arts.
So for your benefit, Jeremy, you would say there would be one of the 4 actions, typically.
Okay.
Attack, overcome, create an advantage, or
Defend.
Defend, yeah, thank you. And so where this comes in, I would really tell you what I want to do, and then what you can do then is sort of set a difficulty or decide whether or not that's going to work. And so here, maybe what I want to do is, instead of an overcome of like trying to identify this stuff, I'm going to create an advantage that we can like set up some kind of bonus that we might be able to use later, so some kind of interesting knowledge, or maybe we could whip something together. So that'll be a creating an advantage roll.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and so for you, it's the same thing. Either static difficulty, or if you want to roll some dice, versus me, you can decide which dice you want to use. And so for me, I'm going to cleverly use my Mystic Arts, because this does seem a little bit strange, and because I'm a resourceful bastard, I get a +2 when I cleverly create advantages using scientific or mystical means, and sometimes I go both ways.
Okay.
Okay, shit. So I rolled a 1 on my approach die, so I'm going to go ahead and choose to re-roll that. You get a demon die.
Okay. And so that's a total of 4 demon dice now, right? Because of the 3 from Bear?
Yeah, but you also started with 4.
Okay, great. So I have 8 total.
Yeah.
No, only 4.
No, wait, no, just 4. Pretty sure.
Don't need more.
And so with that, then I get a 12.
65% of 20 back. Okay, so yeah, you made it. Good. I was doing the so with creating an advantage.
Yeah. So what happens is now I create an aspect, which you can kind of you tell me what I know or figure out or whatever, and I'll try and come up with an aspect for that we can and that there will just be a single D6 on there that can be used, and we're just sort of establishing a new truth in the story right now.
Okay.
With that, so
Great.
if I succeeded by more than 5, then I get 2 dice.
Right. Yes. So you will get 1 dice in this particular case, due to the moderate feature of it. It was a 10.
Yeah.
What you can discover as you go through this is you find out that A, Fabergé egg marble thing's bad, probably more of a grenade weapon than not, and B, you know that the gas dissipates fast, and if not breathed in, it seems like it can be pretty prevented. So something to get away from and get out of, and way to kind of protect yourself in general is a good use that you have there.
Speaking of getting away from things, Bear has had it with this bullshit and is barreled off into the city.
All right.
We
Bear
lost
on the list.
So Bear, you're at a hard time right now because your nose, which is your primary sense,
Tell me about it.
is as hard as rock at the moment, and so you are just going straight using whatever your vision is as you're going through. You guys chase him down, and remember, this is a very small town. It looks like he's running straight towards where those news cameras were as he's barreling into that pile of statues.
That might not be what we want to happen. Anyone got a fish?
There was one on the ground. Unless Bear ate it.
You probably can't smell it anymore.
It's true.
Medicine Man speaks.
That's a problem. We'll have to motivate him by other means.
It's creepy when you say it like that.
You know, outside I got this cool little like gem thing.
And as you open up your hands and look in for that gem thing, it is gone. All you have is the rock that was intricately carved out, but the little blue diamond that you saw inside of it is not there any longer.
Oh.
Okay, so I think from that I shall it kind of seems like, so I haven't really determined if this is magical in nature or just some sort of strange gas, right? Well, it must be magical in some ways.
Yeah, so you got a 12. So what you did determine is that this is definitely a physical gas. So like it was definitely something that needed to be inhaled, but it was magical, not in nature, but in addition, it seems. Something caused the crystal to explode and break, and cause a gas. You don't know of any of the crystals, at least normal crystals, that create a gas and dissipate like that.
Okay, so what do we say?
Bear is running down the middle of the street towards the city hall.
Do I have to pheromone him? I can pheromone attack Bear. He will make him do what I tell him to do.
What's that? What are you doing?
I can pheromone attack him.
Ooh.
All right. Do you need to be in a particular vicinity for that?
I can poof into it.
I missed that last part. You're a little muffled.
I can poof into the proper vicinity.
You can poof right into it. All right. So if you poof nearby, you standing right next to the statue with the hand
I
going
might
up.
have to touch him.
Because
he won't be able to smell the pheromones. They're gonna have to like soak in. I'm gonna have to like poof onto his back. Is what's gonna have to happen.
That sounds awesome. So go ahead and poof on his back, but it will be an extra difficulty because he is running down the middle of the street.
Yeah. Not the first moving object I've had to mount.
Oh, all right. Well, Faye. Okay. Yeah. I mean, do you?
I do. So I'm going to use, obviously I'm going to use my fringe for the pheromone attack, and then I'm going to use probably clever, being very clever with my pheromones right now.
He's very clever.
And then I'm going to invoke my fringe aspect, which is that I mentioned I'm a succubus. Let's see if we can get this bear doing what I want it to do. Let's see. I got a 19.
19 for the teleport?
Oh, for the attack. I've never had to roll for the teleport before, so I didn't.
Go ahead and give me a
Bear riding.
Yeah, I mean, you're using your fringe ability because you're a succubus, but you're also teleporting. So, just bear riding, yeah, or one of those.
Actually,
he's not
back riding.
What? What just happened?
All right. All right. I'll roll some more dice.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're being sneaky to the bear.
All right, sneaky to the bear.
Yeah.
Very sneaky to the bear.
Yep. So sneak onto the back of the bear, and what do you got? I just want to see a 5.
I got a 10 to
Yep.
sneak onto the back of the bear,
Nice.
and then a 19 to pheromone blast him.
So we've never done player versus player stuff before. Do I do a defend
That
against
is false. Wen always says player versus player stuff. But generally, the players are not resisting.
Yeah, in this case, Bear, I will ask for a defense roll real quick.
All right, I'm going to forcefully bear. I'm going to toss a RAR in there and use 3 demon dice.
Wow. With RAR.
That's not enough. Oh, there we go. Yeah. 5, 10, 8, 10, 20, 24, 25, 26.
You beat it by more than 5.
True.
So, by the way, that was a super sneaky attack. You literally just kind of materialized on his back, and he didn't notice you there at all until you put your hands over his ears and went.
I pheromoned him.
Sexy.
Not like it.
And that was way too much sexy for him. It was
Sorry, bear.
too sexy for his hat. And what happened is, he, for lack of a better term, stopped, like completely, like dead in his tracks. Boom! Just stopped, and all the momentum took you forward.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going down, and go ahead and give me 1d. Well, I'll just roll 1d6 for you. All right, so you took 3 points of skinned elbows.
Mm-hmm. Good.
And a bounce on the knee. And Don, let me ask you real quick, or Jimmy, you guys know this too. Since you beat it by more than 5, is there an advantage that's given from the defense?
He can get a boost, which is like a temporary, I think. I'll look it up. Continue.
Good deal. Yeah, so in that case, Bear, you cannot be seduced for the next 24 hours. Like there is nothing sexy about anything ever. You just don't get into that. That's not your deal, and you are defensive to it.
Sounds good.
Matter of fact, you're just off-put in general. But Bear has stopped running.
Yeah.
So perhaps that was the goal.
Mission accomplished.
He's no longer barreling into the things. You are right in front of them, by the way. You are about 10 feet away from smashing into them. The
Just
bear is
rolling
stopped.
around on the ground, pawing at my stone nose.
I believe that. Yep, that makes sense. When you paw at it, you hear it scraping, just like a rock, just like a claw on a rock. It sounds, feels, and for lack of better terms, as you can tell, is stone. It's not even tingly. Like your pins and your pins and needles tingling that you had in your claws and your head and your ears, those are pretty much gone. Your nose is numb. It is numb as a stone.
Do not like it.
Sorry about the popcorn.
All right, so when you are in front of the statues, Bear, so are you. Guys, you're about a quarter mile away.
Hey, Doc, maybe we should, like, go find him. The bear was going that way, and she said she was going to go stop him?
Seduce it?
But that doesn't seem like it would end well. Do you have a car?
No.
But
that doesn't stop me. I think we should go shopping.
At that moment, Susan pulls up right next to you again in her 2005 Prius, the same one that you just got thrown out of. She has both doors open for you. Get in! There's a bear!
This happens to me all the time.
You guys jump in the car. She drives you down. She drives right up to the bear and literally with her stiletto boot kicks you out. Get the bear! It pushes you straight out the door.
Whoa! All right.
I combat roll up and get up and go. What have I known? How am I known to deal with bears?
Are there any fences nearby?
Yeah, no. There are no actual fences nearby. There's merely a pawn shop over your shoulder next to the diner cafe off to your left. It's kind of a fence, depending on how much money you have.
You're muted, dude.
Chris,
You're
muted.
Still muted.
Hey!
All right. I run over to the pawn shop to see if they have bear spray.
Good try. Yeah, you're in Plains. Roll me up a research
I
and development
consider
on
the
that.
statue of the mayor to be a threat, and I'm up there pushing him over.
Okay. Police start gathering around you as you just kind of walk through the tape, and you're pushing on the mayor statue specifically. You're going past the other statues around him, and the one that's pointing, the one with the point finger in the air, that's the one you're tagging?
Yep.
Whoa. All right, great. So it's bolted down only a little because you're a bear, and just starts creaking a little bit as you're... pushing it over. Vinny, you find bear spray. It's an outrageous price. It's like $35 for a 3.5 ounce can of mace.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like, yeah, you got a bear. This is it.
Yeah. There's a bear, like right there, right outside your shop.
45.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I understand. You know, I'm in the business, so yeah, cool.
All right.
I mean, there's no like like deals for friends of the business.
Is the bear spray Old Spice brand?
It's just Axe body spray.
That's all it is. It's actually Axe body spray. They just put a bear on the cover.
Right.
It works. Pretty sure it works.
I also have this little rock to trade. It's kind of cool looking. Maybe are you interested in this?
Whoa! He takes that from you and actually is super interested. I
All right.
hadn't seen work like this since the high school. That is gorgeous. Yeah, I'll take that. And gives you the bear spray, and he runs to the back, pulls out this like little gemological eye, and he starts staring at it. That is so intricately well done.
Did you said you had seen work like that in the high school?
Oh yeah. Dr. Rubney's class. He teaches all the kids stonework. He's very good at it. He's a really smart guy.
Oh, thanks. All right. Well, there is a bear. So bye.
All right.
I go and walk into the pawn shop now.
Okay.
No, I already got it. I got the bear spray.
Oh, good. I continue walking. And I'm coming through things that are that that turn things into stone, and I'm sure there's a demon for that. Trying to see, like, in my travels, have I had to cure anybody of becoming living stone? And can I think of the assorted things to, help stave that off?
Yeah, no, that's a good one. How do you want to roll that?
I think
Are you asking the guy, or are you doing your own shopping?
I'm doing my own shopping.
Okay, so research and development probably.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I'll do that cleverly, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know what happened to... Oh, there it is. What the heck? I'll go ahead and spend another faith die. My rituals are locally sourced.
Nice. Yeah, perfect.
Oh, yeah. All right, so that is a 15, 19.
All right, yeah. So if this is exactly what you think it is, this is a classic case of Gorgonism. And you've dealt with Gorgonism before. It's a little chemical thing here, it's a little twist around there, make sure they breathe the right stuff, and it all comes back, and you feel it go away. The pins and needles thing, the stone thing, you've been through this before. So you know for a fact you need a gasoline can, you need rubbing cement, and you need 2 pounds of Epsom salts. And that's about all. You've got the rest of the ingredients with you.
Okay. And I look around for a gasoline can in the pawn shop.
Yeah, you find all those things. They're almost next to each other, except for the loofahs, which were hiding the Epsom salts. But other than that, you're not really sure why they would have loofahs at a pawn shop, but you're not going to ask about it. You don't think anyone would really buy a used loofah. Sometimes there's people, right? Ask the succubus. She knows things.
Hey.
Just saying.
And I actually asked the guy, how do you come about having these particular things all in the same area at the same time? Is there a story behind that?
Oh, I'm sorry, huh? And he's still like fascinated looking at the stone.
I see you're busy. I'll come
Yeah,
back
I
later.
know. Sorry, this particular piece, I know this guy. He does some great things. I haven't seen his art for a long time. You were asking about the gas can?
Yeah, you recognize? I don't know. Oh, he did say he. No, he said he got bear spray. I don't know what he's looking at.
He's looking at the same egg that you saw Vinny holding earlier.
Oh, okay.
The one that got thrown at you.
Who you recognize this fellow's work?
Clint? Oh yeah, no, he put his name right there on the inside, that little signature. That's how you know a real artist, is when they can sign their stuff and you don't even see it happening. He kind of points inside one of the spiral cuts, and you see that there's a very ornate little CL kind of tied into it, and that's what he's pointing to. He's like, yeah, Clint's been doing work in the high school for a long time, way better than I ever was. I guess he's still doing it. I thought he kind of gave up.
Mm-hmm.
You should see some of the stonework over at the high school. They have a show every year of all the kind of masonry that they do. It's one of the biggest things that happens over at Flatbread, actually. I should get back into it. I miss my stonework. I made an ashtray once out of granite. It looked awful, but everyone loved it, and they said that I had some real potential.
Mm-hmm. I see. I grab this stuff and I leave.
Okay. You don't worry about paying for it? You just take it and go? All right, awesome. Okay. He doesn't really pay attention. He's like, all right, we'll see you later. Good luck with that bear.
And I say, be with you in a moment.
All right. And Vinny, where are you? What are you doing?
Okay, Bear, I don't want to use this, but I have bear spray.
I don't speak English. I continue to be a bear all over this statue.
Yeah, gosh, and he's talking to you and all. You're just on the statue completely.
Bear. Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear.
I'm a little more interested. But no less angry.
Vinny, you remember all that training that you just got a few hours ago of the here bear, here bear, and you start doing the fish. Here bear, have a fish, and start using the same kind of words.
Yeah.
Kind of getting Bear's attention, like, oh, it's time for a plane ride.
But he doesn't have a fish. He's got bear spray.
Well, does Bear know that yet?
Well, I'm thinking his nose looks kind of stone. Maybe he won't smell the difference between bear spray and a fish.
Fingers crossed.
It's fantastic.
I start following him, and I grab the can of bear spray and eat it.
Nice. Fantastic.
And am very pissed off.
The statue is all but fallen over. It's pretty much bent all the way to the ground now. Bear is absolutely livid as the gas hisses out of his mouth, and everyone's starting to smell pepper spray that's kind of out in the air.
I'm spinning in circles, firing pepper spray at everyone around me out of my mouth.
Just like a can that got shaken up on the ground, just spinning around and throwing the pepper spray all around.
Vinny.
I'm getting that Gwen is just kind of like immaterial and just kind of watching it all happen as the pepper spray goes through her. And yeah, so now there's pepper spray out and about. Vinny, you're starting to feel the sting in your eyes a little bit because it's a lot stronger than you expected it to be. You are not a bear. It hits you quite a bit harder than it would hit him.
Man,
Campbell's across the street playing with a gas can and some Epsom salt, and he can't really see what he's doing, but he's not at all involved with you at the moment.
Being gassed once is enough in a day. Wow.
One of the statues screams, "Ow!" And the guy that's holding the cup that was right next to you, Wen, turns ungray. And he comes down and starts like, ha ha ha, spicy eyes, ah! and starts kind of freaking out and runs away in the direction of the diner.
Hey, Vinny, you got any more of that bear spray? I'm gonna spray some more statues.
No, but maybe we can get the bear to breathe on other statues.
Right, he's pissed at you right now. Go stand by the statues.
I do it.
I just run around chasing Vinny all around this.
As Bear runs back and forth, canister of his mouth just salivating and just blasting pepper spray all over the place. Where's my bag?
It's in the kitchen.
Guys, I didn't lose my bag. It's in the kitchen. Yay!
You didn't look in the kitchen?
I've had a very long day.
Yes. Okay. Tell Katie I love her.
Woo!
I don't care about the bag. Tell Katie I love her.
All right, Katie, she loves you. I love her too now. She found my bag.
Wait, I'm sorry.
This is a
Back
dark
up.
day.
Now you love her because she found the bag?
It's a thing. We have a thing. It's history. It's fine. Under the bridge.
Okay.
Fine. We're fine. She's fine now. Okay, so pepper spray and saliva just start spattering all over these things, and slowly, one at a time, you hear each of the statues, "Ow!" doing the same thing that you're feeling, Vinny, as they slowly degray out of where they were at, and kind of crumple to the two that were on the ground. They're down on their hands and knees, like, ow, it burns. And the one guy that was, there was one guy that was pointing, if I recall, at the statue back and forth. He's running around like this is the worst day ever! Ah! And then turns around and says, "A bear!" And runs away the other way.
This is the worst thing ever. Correction.
Up the street as they go, and it's about a minute and a half later that you see some police cars coming around the side as they hear evidence of a bear that they are bringing animal control with their dog stick leash to try to wrangle in, and they start flying out of the car, and one guy's got the stick. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, bear! Ah, spicy eyes! Whoa, bear!" As they start going back and forth, Vinny, and they catch you, Vinny. Yeah, they catch it like with your flailing hands back and forth. They catch your arm and kind of bring you down. And tuck you back behind the tree. "We've saved you, sir. Don't worry about it. We'll get the bear."
Okay. Thank you. Wow. By the way, there's like statues and bears and yeah.
You wait right here. We got it. We're okay. You wait right here. Just stay there. I'm Officer Chip. I got you. I got all this. You stay put. I got this. Officer Chip gets really excited and runs around the corner after the bear.
The bear has run into the pawn shop, come back out wearing another trench coat and hat.
Yeah. Where did the bear go? He's gone.
Officer Chip looks around. No. Huh. Picks up his walkie.
He's right there.
You're gonna point right at him? Alright. Dispatch, this is 929er. I'm at the statue, I see it downed, and I got rid of the bear.
I reach over and take the walkie-talkie and go, dispatch, this is somebody to let you know that the 929er is an idiot.
Hey, lady, that's official gear.
The bear is still here.
Police officer.
I'm still soaked in pheromones. I'm just gonna rub his face.
He just kind of stares at you for a second.
My nose is feeling pretty good now. I think the pepper spray cleared it up.
Also true.
This guy smells pretty good.
This guy's awesome. Officer Chip is like totally, almost drooling entranced with you when, as he looks at you, as you're holding his microphone, he's just kind of stroking his face, just kind of pulling it down a little bit.
And the bear's wrestling the other side.
Looks over his shoulder, and this hairy guy in a trench coat is really huggy. He's just kind of loving on me a lot. And like, I don't even remember this dude. But
Chip, honey, Chip, that's the bear.
No, he's cool.
I'm going to reach over. I'm just going to lift the bear's hat.
Oh, God!
And I'm going to put it back down. There.
You're glad I saved you. That was dangerous. There was a bear situation here. Officer Chip's on it. You're welcome. He pulls his walkie back a little bit after he just kind of like wants to touch your face. And just... It's good. It's good.
Thanks.
Gets himself back into his car. Hey! You're a brave young man. You're a brave young man. What's your name?
Vincent?
Vinny? You're a good guy. You take care. Yes, you do. You're a good boy. Here's a sticker. It's a badge like a police officer like I am. You grow up like me, you're going to be an officer like I am someday. Officer Chip! I'm awesome. Officer Chip gets in his car, drives off. Reeking of bear pheromones.
As the smoke dissipates, you see that Dr. Campbell has stripped down shirtless and has started rubbing and like dumping the Epsom salts into the gas can, and seems to be doing some kind of dance around the thing.
Are you making
a
bomb?
Oh, good, you're here. You could give me a hand.
Everybody's shirts off.
It's shirts versus skins. You're on my team.
While you're doing your ritual outside the pawn shop, you see a guy walking around the corner in kind of a mechanic's jumpsuit. Kind of the blue stripe thing, little bit of grease stains on it. He's got a name badge on that says Clint. He's walking around the corner, kind of looks at you guys, looks at the shirtless doctor dancing around a can, sees a bear in a trench coat, and goes, "Nope." Turns himself around and starts walking back the other direction, almost too carefully, like
I would
watching his feet.
If I smell anything about this guy familiar.
Yeah, good smell. Your nose is back, so it's almost hypersensitive because you've been without it for a whole 5-10 minutes. And you got it back down to its soft, squishy wetness. That makes it also lovely.
I'm going to quickly bear this thing with my grizzled demeanor.
Ooh.
And 3 demon dice. Because bears do not understand morality. They just do what they want.
Stop giving him demon dice! What's wrong with you?
Running out of D6s here.
Right. Is that 2 ones?
That's 2 demon dice ones, but it's a 17 total.
I am uncomfortable with your entire procedure.
I just want to clarify something real quick. You rolled 3 demon dice.
Yes.
You got a total of
also,
17.
only one of those is a demon. The other one is a faith die.
Okay, so you have a faith die at a 1, you have a demon die at a 1, and you rolled a 17 to sniff this guy out to see if he was familiar.
Yes.
Okay, great. You smell the exact same smell that happened right before your nose turned to stone.
Uh-oh.
And in so doing, your nose starts turning to stone.
What else shit?
Flashbacks.
Well, realizing that this is the same smell, I'm going to chase the shit out of this guy.
Yeah. As though he could tell it was coming, he barrels out into a full-on sprint. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god! And starts taking off.
Yet he is not a bear. So good luck outrunning me.
He gets exactly across the street, 1 door, 2 doors down. He gets right near the diner where the diner is, and that's where you get him. You flatten him, get right on top of him, and when you do, he falls down, poof, smacks his nose, and out from his jacket rolls a marble egg.
Uh-oh.
You actually see the marble egg because you push him down on his back and it starts rolling out over his shoulder.
All right.
You should just eat him. Just eat him.
I'm considering it. I think I'll start by maybe biting off a couple fingers.
Face. Bite off his face.
I'll just give him a good swipe.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, you swipe him pretty darn good. He's face down. You're on his back. You swipe him and smack him in the back of the head. You kind of bounce his face off the ground. He doesn't look like he's moving again anytime soon. He kind of reacts pretty hard to the hit. And the egg, which he may or may not have been reaching out for while he was flailing on the ground, is starting to roll its way down the sidewalk and kind of towards the gutter in the street.
I'm just sitting on him.
All right, so
Near
growling.
the rest of you guys are doing the ritual by the pawn shop, yeah?
Yeah.
I still have my shirt on. I'm gonna go investigate what the bear is doing.
Wait, we're almost done.
Oh, I'm almost finished! Why does the girl leave?
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
All right, so you see Bear starting to maul a guy. In
Great.
full-on bear fashion. His stone nose looked like it's come back. And you see a sparkling rock not too far ahead. You see what very... Yeah, you didn't see the gem that much. So yeah, you see the marble egg up in front of him with a little blue gemstone inside of it.
Shiny!
Vinny, you immediately jump out of the ritual. You jump right over the bucket, almost barreling into Dr. Campbell, and you start running across the street towards the shiny gemstone.
Okay, I feel like I need to make some kind of roll as to the status of what the hell I'm doing here.
Okay.
Good question, because all the statues got up and left.
So what I can tell you, go ahead and roll it, Dr. Campbell.
Yeah, well, I'm doing flashy and mystic arts to try and make more of this stuff that's going to keep it off.
Mm-hmm.
But I was using their help to kind of increase, hit that, and I don't think that's working. So generally, I think using the table on page 149, I am looking at 5 plus 05 plus another 5 for affecting a small area, and maybe another 5. So that's 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this isn't going to work. It's a 10.
Uh-oh.
And yeah, it's just going to fail.
10 total?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say if it was lost by 5, you wouldn't get all of the ones you're going for, but at a full 10, what you see happen is the green mist is starting to swirl, and it was just getting to the point where everything was forming itself into the little marbles that you were expecting, and right at the point that it was just starting to really get that solid form, friggin' Vinny the Fence jumps over the bucket and kicks it with his toe, and the whole thing shakes and rattles a little bit, and it swishes out back into the soup that it all started in. The green mystical forces that you had going in there just kind of fade away, and you're looking at a bucket of gasoline and Epsom salt.
Shit.
With some rosemary.
That was going to be great. I kicked the bucket.
Okay. All right, so let me hang on a second. Where do you kick in the bucket?
I just kicked the bucket into the street.
Literally kick it into the street as you... Give me a second. Oh, that's a 6. Fantastic. As you kick the bucket out into the street, it kind of end over ends and goes and splashes right near the other gutter. So you just did a full-on punt, and you got a good 15 feet out of it, right in front of the statue where it was at, where there's a giant pool of friggin' pepper spray and bear saliva where the 3 statues were at. It splashes into that. And in what would be described as combustible, the can that was on top of it, boom, shoots off of it, goes straight towards the bear and hits bear right in the back of the head, leaving behind a green, not even a gem, but it looks like a green limestone almost that kind of pulses with light right under where the bucket was.
Well, that's new.
Bear, you get reacted from this bucket smacking in the back of the head as you are already super pissed from what's going on. That it causes you to turn your attention towards whatever is next to you. That happens to be when.
Ah, balls.
I rear up and grab her at a bear hug.
I poof!
I am confused.
Where do you...
I'm having a weird bad day.
It's
For
okay.
safety,
We all are.
I'm going to poof onto the roof of the pawn shop that's next to whatever the shop is that's next to me. Diner?
Right
Diner.
next to you, that's the diner?
Yeah.
Fantastic. You poof on top of the diner, and so you are looking down now about 30
I am.
feet.
I'm looking at him be really confused.
And as you were looking down, there's Bears doing this because he thought he had something that he didn't. You see the knocked over mayor statue. Thank you, Bear. In front of it, there's that green rock that Dr. Campbell's scratching his head looking at, still shirtless. Vinny's running over and trying to dive over Bear, trying to get that little stone on the ground. And you hear a voice right next to you that says, "It didn't break." You look over
That
to your
seems
left.
normal.
There's a kid, probably a kid, looks like a high school student in a varsity jacket that's dark blue with like white sleeves, who's right there next to you on top of the roof looking down, straight down on top of Bear, Clint, the Little Rock, and Vinny coming over.
He's like, what, like 17 or 18?
Probably, yeah.
All right, I know how to handle that.
All right.
I'm still soaked in pheromones. So I'm just gonna go rub my hand on the back of his neck and say, "What are you doing up here?"
Oh! Oh! His pants get wet.
Perfect.
I'm Chip.
Is everyone in this town named Chip?
You met my brother?
Ah, yes.
Okay, I'm Chester. But don't tell anyone. They all know me as Chip. And he points to his jacket. It says Chip.
Great.
Chip 2.
Chip. You. Chip the second. Buddy. What are you doing on the roof?
What are you doing on the roof?
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why were you concerned that the egg hadn't broken?
You don't... And with that, he turns around and starts trying to run away.
I'll just grab him by the scruff. He's not going anywhere.
Okay. No, Dr. Rubney said not to tell anybody.
Oh, Dr. Rubney. Yeah. I know, Dr. Rubney. I know. We're not supposed to tell anybody anything. What was it we weren't supposed to tell people?
About being an alchemist?
Right, about being an alchemist. That's exactly what we weren't supposed to. I'm
Right.
in on it. We're fine. Why were you concerned it didn't break, though? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't remember you from the meetings.
Oh, I just pop in and out.
Well, okay. Talking about the Medusa grenade.
Yeah, the Medusa grenade. Man, how many of those did we make, anyway?
Well, it was Clint that made them. He's the real genius.
Right. No,
But I was the one that came up with the idea of using the spear.
The spear. Yeah. And that was brilliant, Chip.
Thank you.
Just amazing. I think that we should go talk to a few friends of mine.
Are they hot?
Sure.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna sort of push the pheromones a little bit more.
Yeah, no, he's wrapped around your finger.
And then I'm gonna grab him by the back of his neck, and then I'm gonna poop us down by the bear.
Ah! That's the first time that's ever happened to him ever. And now there's a bear, so
Yeah.
the screaming really hasn't stopped.
Right, sure. Shh. I'm gonna just keep pumping pheromones until he's quiet.
If you don't know how pheromones work, but they tend to make me scream a lot. There's a lot of screaming, and
Yeah, eventually all his muscles will relax.
that is true. He is a bit of a wet noodle. At the moment.
This guy is a teenage boy. I'm betting he is soaked in Axe body spray. So I'm thinking my nose is coming back.
Yeah?
It's entirely possible. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna bring him over. First, I'm gonna slap Vinny on the nose. Don't touch that. It's a grenade.
But it's shiny.
No.
Okay.
If you recall, Vinny, real quick, she has pheromones all over her hands, so by tapping you on the nose,
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. You know what? I do want to listen to what she has to say right now.
All right.
All right.
I want you to come with me. We're going this way now.
Like us together? Yeah, okay.
Yes, we're going this direction. And if the bear can smell, he's coming too.
Bear's got a nose that's not quite rock yet, but it's a hell of a lot closer than it was 10 minutes ago. But not as much as it was 20 minutes ago. So it's hindsight.
Can you smell any of it? I don't care. He's going to deal with Clint. Clint's an asshole. He
That's
made
true.
grenades.
Clint. He is dealing with Clint.
Clint's a bad guy. So I'm going to take Vinny, I'm going to take Chester, and we're going to go talk to Dr. Campbell. Chip, buddy, tell Dr. Campbell what you told me about the spear.
The Medusa grenade?
Yeah.
Yeah. I came up with that name.
How many Medusa grenades were there again? Just refresh my
6.
memory. 6.
Right. Well, I mean, for now, we had to make sure that they worked okay.
Right.
But really, don't tell Dr. Rubney, because he doesn't know that we actually were able to make them right.
I know. Where is Dr. Rubney? That guy sucks.
Well, he's probably at the school right
Right.
now. As a matter of fact, I'm probably late for class, so I should get going.
Oh, yeah. I haven't let go of your neck yet. You're not going anywhere.
And
How about we take you to
did we
class?
mention that there's a perma-hard bear right over there that, you should probably do what she says, or, yeah.
You don't know me. He immediately gets defensive to you, Vinny. He didn't see you at all up until this point. But as soon as he looks at your face, he starts mugging up and starts puffing himself up. He's like, I could take you. I'm Chip.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Accurate. Good job.
I step up and I say, "Listen, Junior.
You're still not wearing a shirt.
I'm still not wearing a shirt."
Which actually adds to the macho. So right now you are the guy who is getting full attention from. He deflates in front of you like a small balloon.
I say, "Listen, Junior. Take us to the professor, and tell me more about this spear."
Yes, sir. I've got one right over here. I can tell you exactly how it works. I didn't make them. That was Clint that made them. He's really good working with stone, but I can totally help you work it out because he's one of the best alchemists we've ever worked with, and I can absolutely work it out. But I'll tell you what, it was my idea to use the spear, and that's what got the whole thing working in the first place. So all I got to do is show you that stone over there while I take you over, and you can hear all about the spear and my idea for it. No one even knew what it was. They just thought it was some sort of stupid museum piece, but I knew. I knew exactly what it was.
Fascinating.
I need you to get the spear and retrieve the grenade, please. Do not set it off.
There's a bear.
I think I have a better idea, in fact, my dear. You should call your fellows a meeting.
Oh, yes.
You should have a meeting and bring along some new acolytes.
He did say he was late to class.
Yeah. Is it alchemist class?
Well, we call it stoneworking.
So
Yes.
it is. Okay.
All right. They're not going to be happy about me bringing. I mean,
You don't want me to come with you to class?
No. You can come. You're fine. No, everyone's gonna love you. That guy, though. I gotta get the thing. I don't want it because let me get it.
Okay.
I put on a shirt, but I don't button it.
Chester runs over real quick, scoops up the grenade, but he pulls something out of his pocket real quick. It looks like kind of an emerald green handkerchief almost. Wraps it up in that and tucks it back inside of his inside pocket of his varsity jacket, and comes back over straight to you, Wen.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Hi. And
Hi.
you have the spear. Is the spear with you?
No. Why would I?
No.
Why would I have the spear? I wouldn't. No. Let's put the other ones.
Back in the classroom. Is that where that is?
The alchemist lair.
So
Yeah.
the classroom.
No, it's a lair.
Is it underneath the school?
I mean, no, it's near the. It's the janitor's closet, but it was like unused.
Okay, great.
It
Let's
looks
go.
like a lair.
I know, it does. I'm sure it's really nice. Why don't you take me there?
All right.
All right. I'm going to get my bear real quick.
I rode my bike over here. I mean, do you want to ride on the handlebars or stay in my lap? That's fine. I can probably balance.
Oh, no.
Okay. I suppose we could walk, but it's like 4 blocks from here.
That's okay. We'll walk.
All right.
Vinny, bring the bear.
On it. Totally.
Perfect.
No, yeah, I can do that. All right, so who's walking? So we got Wen, we got Chester. Doctor, you're coming along?
And I start walking. I look to see if Susan may be pulling up any moment.
I spot Vinny, remember that I'm pissed at him, and start chasing him.
He runs past us. I go, good job, Vinny.
They're beating you there. Dr. Campbell, just want to confirm real quick, you're leaving the rock behind, the glowy green thing?
Oh, God, no.
Okay, great. To bring that along. We'll figure this one out.
Yeah. I put it in my bag.
All right. It's crusty.
There's nothing that will go wrong with this.
All right, perfect. So Chester walks you in. He doesn't take you into the front of the school. He shows you his secret entrance, which is the side door of the school.
Mm-hmm. Good.
He moves a rock that it's actually kind of a cool looking rock. It's a weird rectangle that looks like it's part of the sidewalk that goes up to it. Just kind of like unplugs from the sidewalk. Pulls a key out and opens the door, unplugs the stone, and puts it back in. It looks like it wasn't even there. If you didn't know what to look for, you wouldn't see it at all. He walks in the side door, turns left, turns right, and yeah, that's the men's room right there, and that's a closet door in front of you. And he goes,
shaving a haircut?
It's a secret knock. You gotta know.
Yeah.
And then you hear the door open, and he walks inside, and it is not very well lit. All right, come on.
That's all right.
All right, I just want to remind you, they're going to be super pissed. So I'm not responsible for what happens.
Thank you for warning me.
All right.
You've done your due diligence.
Hey guys, it's Chip. He walks in. You hear a few other voices. Hey. Who else is going in with you? Is it just you?
I don't know. Who's with me? Vinny? Bear?
Totally.
If Vinny goes running in there, I'm chasing right on his tail. Bear comes blasting into the closet.
Whoa! Just kind of treads a room. The closet is actually the size of a high school bathroom. It's pretty large. It looks like it may have been another place at one point. It wasn't a bathroom. We don't see urinals in there or anything like that. It's a large open space. They have created almost an anvil-like workstation off to the side, and there is quite literally 1,000 pounds worth of stone in here, large bricks of hard rock, and you can see there's a few of them. There's definitely some quartz. There's some marble. There's a lot of granites. It looks like stuff that's come off of a hardware lot, almost, or maybe even from like a counter shop, like one of these guys works at a local quarry, or even like a hardware store that they sell it all. There is a couple of piles of tile off to the right-hand corner. It doesn't look very well used, but the room itself is rad. It's actually all decked out in stone and almost like a gold filigree vein going through it, as though it's kind of like you walked inside of a mother lode inside of a mine. It seems to be like an additional decoration. It certainly wasn't carved out of it by any means, but you get the impression of why they call it a lair, because they definitely made it this dark stone room. And there are various little versions of statues all throughout. Most of them kind of crude. There's a cow. There's probably what would be either a pig, maybe a dog. There's more than a few ashtrays. I would say at least 20 that you see stacked up kind of in the corner on the room. They have a little stone display case that they've seen where you see a couple of really intricate pieces in there, and you see a little unicorn, little teeny one, that's all detailed with stuff. There's another piece right next to it that looks like it's made out of gems, probably a hummingbird by the looks of it, with all the little colors on it. But it's not very big. It's very small. And there's another one which is a shape of an egg. It is a different stone. It's more of a quartz look, and it's got kind of a cross hatching all the way across it, very interestingly cut, like a crystal goblet in there. And there is a stone, kind of a mortar and pestle, but it looks like it's more of a goblet. It's got kind of a goblet spout below inside this case. And at the very top, etched into the top of the case in really nice, bold, thick letters, you see Clint.
Is Clint still alive? Or did Barry kill him?
So the bear was definitely beating him up.
Yeah.
From what we could tell, no one decided to check for his heartbeat and/or to care. So
No.
we don't know.
Great.
The world lost a great talent today.
In addition to the stone inside the room, when Chip walks in, you see sitting on top of the piles another varsity jacket off to the left, about the same age as Chip. On his jacket, you see Brandon listed right there. You also see next to Brandon, donning a cloak, like literally like mid putting on the cloak. There's another kid whose name you don't know. He's got kind of really dark, tight, curly hair, kind of some olive skin, little stubble going on, and finally there's so it's 1, 2, and Chip, and then there's another guy sitting over on the left, which you can barely see. He's just kind of sitting in the shadows, real quietly. It looks like he's holding a can of something.
I would like to create an advantage by just scaring the piss out of these people by being a bear blasting into your janitor's closet.
Yeah. So that's gonna be easy difficulty.
I would think so.
Yeah.
So, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18.
Yep.
One of those is all 3 of those are demon dice, and one of the demon dice is a 1.
Wow. Really? That's fantastic. Okay. So you excel. You are exceptionally good at creating an advantage to scare the bejesus out of these people. Because not only A, did you blast into the room, pretty much causing it automatically, but then you swipe whatever you see right in the middle of the table. It happens to be a Medusa grenade
Oh, no.
that you throw and smash right against the wall, right over the corner of the head of the guy sitting in the corner, who looks up and goes, "Jesus!" He's smashing it, goes, "Jesus!" And completely flipping out. And roll a defense, because suddenly the room starts filling with gas.
I would like to invoke right now just a stunt of I don't know. I'm making this up as I go along, but like I just happen to have the right thing at the right time in my medicine bag. And I just start handing out like they're not gas masks, but they're like really super fine like dust masks with like particulate thing on the front.
Yeah,
And-
no, they're actually not. They feel more like breast implants. They're gelatinous and they're really sticky, and you stick them on your face and like, oh. It's kind of hard to breathe through, but you can breathe through them.
Okay. So I can start handing those out, and I'm just going to consider that my use from the previous advantage earlier today. And whatever, if you want to award that, however, for protection or whatnot.
And I'm assuming that was a successful style on my create an advantage.
Yeah, no, that was a success with your major style. Yeah, no, they have almost quite literally shit their pants.
All right.
You have certainly created a massive advantage over that one. You just smashed an egg in the process, which was on a little pedestal. Yeah, so what happens real quick is Dr. Campbell turns to you, Vinny, and smacks you with goo right in your face. Just flutter right on, and you have this thing stuck over your nose and your mouth now that smells oddly of raspberries, but you can smell. Okay, so it feels like you can't breathe. When he turns to you, and before you can poof out of anything, he slaps it on your face as well. Just like in a fast reaction that only people that you've lived with before seem familiar with. Like that was superhuman speed. You just kind of reach in with slap, slap, slap. Got himself. Do you also put it on Bear?
Yes.
All right. So, in a duck under fashion, as though you knew what was coming, you dive in over the top of Bear, slapping the two of these people on the side of your face in a dive roll. Smack yourself, dump under his claw that's swiping the egg across the room, and boom! You smash goo right into his hard rock nose and kind of in his open, roaring mouth. Bear, it does taste, in fact, like raspberries when you chew on it, though it doesn't seem to be swallowable as you keep chewing. It's just kind of an ongoing gumminess.
I'm kind of okay with this.
Raspberry gum.
Suddenly you're a bit more calm. You're like, no, this is good. I'm okay doing this. Oh my god, now I gotta roll defense for these guys. That was unexpected. Let's see. So they're gonna
Really? Because it's a bear in a room full of breakable shit.
Right. That's what I thought. And they're coming out with a massive disadvantage now because you are succeeding with style. So I'm going to say they're basically not trying to make anything cleverful or forceful or even sneaky. They're just sitting there trying to see if they can dodge and breathe. Okay. Jesus in the corner, who had the egg blow right by his head, immediately sits there like this and doesn't move, and he starts turning gray all the way over top to bottom, starting with the hand that was closest and just completely cranks to stone. Chip, who didn't even know what happened except for the fact that the bear came in and nearly knocked him over. I assume Chip was not getting one of the glue bubbles.
Correct.
Is that right, Doc? Yeah, no, you didn't have enough for him. Holy shit! And that's all you get because he does the same thing, same pose, everything from feet up, turns straight to stone. And two of the guys in the corner there, we have Brandon, who was sitting in his chest, and nope, that's not gonna do it. And the guy next to Brandon in his cloak. Oh, that was closer. Brandon also completely starts going to stone, but it stops halfway through and goes, ow! As his feet from the waist down, as he was falling backwards, his feet from the waist down seem to have gone into the rock form. The rest of him is just kind of up. And he looks in that cringed face that you guys all remember feeling when you were pins and tingly. And he's just kind of sitting there like this, like, everything is asleep. And the guy next to him in the cloak is doing the same pose as he is. He didn't hear him screaming as much, but they're both like, in that form. You, however, go ahead and roll your defense for me against the grenade going off, and add +5 to your defense for the mask that you're wearing. That's everybody. So whoever goes first.
Oh, okay.
it's your
Right.
defense roll.
$11.
Is that with the 5?
Oh, 5?
Yeah, add 5 to it with because of your bubble mask.
16.
Great.
18.
18 plus 2 of those are ones on the demon dice, and it's 3 demon dice
Stop
total.
it! Stop.
So, all right, hang on just a second. You got an 18 total.
Yep.
2 of them were demon dice, and both of those demon dice were ones.
3 of them were demon dice. 2 of them were ones.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, so Jeremy is now, for those of you sitting at home wondering what the F, he is sitting on a pile of demon dice at this point.
I have run out, and I'm keeping a tally on my score sheet now to make sure that I have enough dice so that I can just like bank them off from there.
Yeah, and we are at less than 50 minutes to the end, and I'm feeling like this is going to get really interesting really quick.
Pretty damn fast. Yeah. When?
I have 15.
Fantastic. Okay. So you all feel your body starting to go through the kind of stiff phase, like all your muscles are starting to get really stiff. And you take a breath, or in Bear's case, chew, and your body kind of relaxes a little bit. Unfortunately, Bear, you chew quite a bit, and faster than everyone's expecting, as you chew the mask open. And that sound happens in the room, and everyone goes, "What?" And then, while you are chewing, your mouth freezes open as your whole head, from nose all the way back, grows up, and all the way down to your shoulders turn to stone. And you are partially petrified.
All right.
Basically, it's heavy enough that you just kind of lean forward, and what everyone else sees is there's a bear, half a bear statue pawing at its head. For the moment. Everyone else is okay.
All right.
And then again, of course, Brandon, who's also, he's got stone pants on, looking at him like, and his buddy next to him in the cloak is also carried the same way.
Great. What's dude in the corner doing? Shadow Man? Shadow Man yelling Jesus?
Shadow Man looks like he's a rock in this
Rock.
kind of shape.
Rock Man.
Yeah, so you've got 2 rocks in there. One of them is Chip, who was up like this, and is a little teetery because he was leaning backwards. One of them is the rock over the corner, Jesus Man, and then you've got Brandon in cloak, the guy in the cloak over in the other corner.
Great.
Okay, I look around for spears, or something that looks like a spear.
All right, as you're looking in the corner behind where Brandon is, so it's actually off to the right and a little bit further in the back, standing up against the wall, there appears to be what looks like a pool cue made of ice. It is a bright diamond color, but it's a long, thin taper, like a very large needle. It's about 5 feet long, and it looks like ice because it's a faint blue. It's a glowing blue, and it's leaning against the corner, right next to a stand that looks like it was going to be holding it up in kind of a weird, almost dripping angle towards what would be the middle of the room if it was placed in that stand. In the very middle of the room where Bear's head now is on the ground, there is a round dais, so it kind of looks like a pottery wheel, like the one that you would kick and spin, but it's about 4 feet high. Looks like it's made out of a concrete. Actually, it's kind of the dullest thing in the room, but it looks like that was what was in the middle of the room. And when Bear swiped in the room, there was an egg right on the middle of that shattered against the wall.
Oh. I don't know what to do.
All right. So the janitor's office is usually like near the front office in a school, right?
Yep.
Okay. I swing out the door, look for the front office.
As you turn around to go out the door, you are literally smacked in the face by another face trying to run into the room. You get it right in the head. You both hit right in the foreheads. Ah! Oh! Ow! The guy adjusts his very round glasses and his tweed jacket and kind of shakes his head and looks like, "Who are you?" And
Well, this is stonemasonry, right? I added it this semester.
You're entirely too old for this school.
Everyone says I look old, but I mean, other than buying beer, it's not that cool.
He kind of glances over your shoulder into the room quick and kind of takes a sniff real fast.
Not to mention he has some kind of gelatinous goo all over his
Right? He's gonna start
Oh.
and as he looks, you see his eyes get about this big. And, good heavens! And starts turning to run.
Wait.
He reaches into his jacket pocket as he's turning, and it looks like he's starting to pull something out behind him.
All right. Because I'm a washed-up Olympic fencer,
Yes.
I want to cleverly disarm him using my fencing skills.
Fantastic. What are you going to use for your fencing skills? Are you using your quick hands and feet, or do you have something you can poke him with?
Well, I just came out of a janitor's closet. Is there like a broom or anything?
Well, it's not.
Cool thing.
It's not really a janitor's closet, but if you use a flashy technique, you can probably get that pool cue in time.
All right. I'm terribly unflashy, but I'm going to do it.
Okay.
All right. And let's see here. On guard. That is a 12.
That is way better than a 5. You did not only succeed, you succeeded well. You reach over and you grab it, and as though you were finally ready to show off to this girl who made you follow her all the way here and bring the bear with you, you kind of look at her and almost with a wink over your shoulder, you spin, you change hands with the wand, you spin around and you do a riposte. And you do the hand out, the hand forward, and the spear is just long enough that when the guy reaches in his shoulder, you poke him right in the shoulder with it right in the back. Oh! Ow! And he turns to rock.
Oh.
At that moment, you touch him, he goes, and from the shoulder on down, right where you touched him, he is solid stone. Probably the color of concrete, the same kind of gray that everyone else has turned with those crystals.
I mean, usually it's wind that makes people hard.
Dr. Campbell looks at you. That's my line. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
we have the where, and now we have the when.
Okay.
Yeah?
7, 8. I'm trying to figure out what. Okay, so there's a scream outside the principal's door, which he turns to stone right in front of, as there's the glass doors for the school there. Seeing you stab him with a crystal stick and turn into a statue right there on the spot. As someone comes barely out of the room and staring right at you in her tight curly hair, her deep glasses, and her stilettos, and she stares at you and she says, "What did you do to Dr. Rubney?" Correct. You do have a bubble, in fact, glued to your face. She starts marching towards you, and where did you get that? And she snatches the pool cue from your hands. Thief! She points to you. I'm going to call the police. and marches herself back into the office, kind of leaving you in the hallway.
This team is bad at secrecy.
Maybe if we didn't have a bear on the team, we could get around a little bit more stealthily.
I'm wearing a hat.
Now you are wearing a statue head, sir.
About 30 seconds later, there is a young student, it looks like, walking by. She kind of stops for a second and she stares at the Dr. Rubney statue, kind of blinks, looks at you. Nice work. You could teach Clint a thing or two. When you see her, she's this short little Asian thing. She's got like little fox ears on, like an anime probably, from what they are. And you can see that she's almost like a raver, like kind of has a short skirt and kind of a short shirt. Cute as all get out, and kind of shrugs as she walks by him, looks at you, winks over her shoulder, kind of gives a peek, and kind of walks on down the hall.
I think I take the stuff off my face.
Great. Yeah. And
chicks don't dig that.
It's a bit like pulling a really long booger out. It's just kind of stuck there a little bit, and you're like, oh, God, it's still there. Oh God! Ah! And then it finally comes off, and it's can't get it off the hands. It's just kind of everywhere. But you're able to get that off, and you hear a police siren as they're pulling up to the door.
I hope it's Chip.
Hey everybody, it's Officer Chip! I'm gonna take care of it. We're good. I got it. I'm Chip. I'm here. You! I've seen your face!
I slap the sticker on my chest, say, yes sir, I've got it all under order.
You're the guy that must have stolen from the museum. I knew I didn't trust you. Hands on your back. And he grabs you and spins you around and starts cuffing you, Vinny.
I'm gonna walk out and touch his face again.
Well,
Go, no, don't handcuff him.
Touching Officer Chip.
Yes.
It's like, hey. Caught another bad guy. You're welcome.
No,
Officer Chip.
he's not the bad guy. Not the bad
No, I'm pretty sure he is.
No.
He was holding the thing that was stolen from the museum.
Hey, I have a better use
Susan
for those cuts.
That's yeah.
Can I show you?
Right now?
Yeah.
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 You wait here. Here. I'm coming back for you. I'm Officer Chip. I know everything.
So I'm gonna walk him over to a radiator, and I'm gonna cuff him to it,
Kinky.
and then I'm gonna leave.
Wait, hang on.
No, I'm coming back. You wait for me. Hold on.
Okay. No, I'll be right here.
Okay.
That girl walks by again with the fox ears. What's up? Okay. Susan, Principal Susan, who is inside the office, starts coming out. She wants to address you, Vinny. She left the spear in there, but she's coming back. What is going on here? And she sees Officer Chip now chained to the radiator.
Well, yeah. See, Susan.
I come up and
There we go.
I come up and I grab the pool cue from Vinny here, and I say, I believe this belongs to the museum.
Susan immediately kind of melts and her demeanor changes. Oh, Dr. Campbell, thank you. You've saved the day. Again.
What?
However can I thank you properly?
I would normally have a snappy retort.
So the two of you just kind of do the Muppet bobble back and forth.
And
she takes your arm as she either follows you or somewhat leads you out the front door towards the 2005 Prius that was waiting there the whole time.
So helpful.
At that point, I find the intercom in the office. Yeah, Clint and Brandon, your mother is called. Please come to the front office immediately.
Okay, we're in a high school. There's got to be some serious Axe body spray somewhere in this place.
That is entirely likely. Yes,
If
you're
we can
welcome.
find some, then we can de-stonify everybody.
Yeah, so you literally just follow your nose, and you get yourself over to, actually you're going back into the room, and you find that Brandon, sitting there with Mr. Stonepants, is already using his on his knees as he's spraying himself down. Double Phoenix, this is shit! And he's spraying it over, and he's starting to get himself out, and Mr. Guy in the cloak, he's spraying him down too. The can is almost empty, but he's looking like he's getting ready to run.
Nah, you can't go anywhere. I'm gonna take the can from him before his feet are not stoned.
All right. So you snatch the can out of his hands and you go,
Thank you.
hey!
Hey, you got stone feet. Not into that. Listen. What the hell are you guys doing in here?
This is an alchemasonry class, and you're not really authorized to be here.
Do you want me to leave?
He kind of looks over your shoulder and sees the bear still pawing at its stone head on the bottom. Okay, look, Dr. Rubney made us do it. It was Chip's idea to use the wand, and I didn't think it was actually going to work out. No one was actually supposed to turn to stone. This was just supposed to be a thing. It was supposed to be a gag for the opposite team.
The opposite team.
You know, the hedgehogs? Hill Valley hedgehogs?
Oh yeah, they're bastards, right?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
We were
And
totally
because they can't ever beat our, you know.
While playing boars?
Yes.
Playing boars rule!
Yeah.
So I turn to Susan and I ask her if I can borrow her pepper spray. Because a woman like Susan has got some flippin' pepper spray on her.
Absolutely. To which she replies, "That's kinky, and I can't wait to see how it works." And hands it to you out of her purse.
I say, I shall return. And
Oh,
I almost hand her the pool cue, and then I think twice about it, and I say, I'll be back. And I go back to the statue of our esteemed professor who brought me here in the first place, and I spray him in the face with pepper spray.
Just in case.
All right. It's a solid 5 count, probably, as he just kind of sits there, nothing happening. The pepper spray is kind of dripping down the face of the statue, behind the lens of the glasses, and then slowly from top to bottom, kind of see some pink creeping in as it goes down the bushy hair around the sides. It starts kind of like returning its color, and then you hear.
While this is happening, I'm like, I start looking at the ingredients of what's in this shit.
Epsom salts, gasoline.
Epsom salts, Vaseline.
Yeah. What is the active ingredient?
Gorgonotic benzenine. And then he goes. You kind of see the statue going. Ow, it burns. Oh, it stings. Oh, I can't wipe my face. Oh, God. Oh, you have a tissue? Oh, Dr. Campbell.
I remove my shirt and start wiping his face with my shirt.
That's really musky. That's, okay. Oh, that doesn't help as much. Okay.
So it seems that you knew more than you let on.
Okay, so I didn't know about the spear. I knew about the spear. I didn't know that it was a real spear. I thought it was just a piece of art.
Where did it come from?
It's called the Spear of Jadis. It's from Korea. That statue is actually a statue from Korea. What we didn't know is what the Spear of Jadis was holding. That's why...
Why did you say it was the demon stone?
I didn't really get the translation for the name of it. I looked it up on Google.
You used Google Translate.
Well, I'm not very... Yes. It seemed like a reasonable thing. Their Google glasses were going to totally take off. They're very good at what they do.
I spray him in the face again.
Oh, it stings.
I was like, oh, I missed.
It's called a Death Stone. It's a Death Stone. That's what it is. It's the legend of the fox. We didn't think it was real.
Legend of the Fox.
The 1,000-year-old fox with the 9 tails. It's the legend of Kumahiro and the Death Stone. The Battle of Demon Stone, which is what I thought that it was called, was the name of the statue that was given. It was the story of the Spear of Jadis being used to capture the 1,000-year-old fox. Also called the Fox with 9 Tails, also called Kumahiro. Kumahiro was originally trapped, according to legend, inside the Death Stone. When I saw that it was a battle fight and that there was a fox in the statue, I did the Google Translate of what it was, of spear fox statue, and I got Battle of Demon Stone, which sounded amazing. And clearly we needed more of an expert on it. Can you wipe my face with your shirt again, please?
I do. And I turn to the Wen, who apparently is gone, and then I turn to Vincent and say, Vincent.
What?
The little girl with the pigtails. Where did she go?
The ears?
Or something like that, yeah.
Fox ears?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that way.
Okay. Because I think we're looking for that person.
Well, yeah, she just went that way a minute ago. Why do we want to...
I come thrashing out of the closet room, dragging my head, dashing back and
Just
forth,
dragging it on the ground.
knock the professor over to the ground.
Ah!
And I say, well, God, can I make like an overcome roll or something to like know anything more about this legend? Does this come up in my experience?
Sure, yeah. Go ahead and roll me an overcome roll using, what, research?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Poop. 5.
Okay. Yeah. You have heard of the Deathstone legend. It's not very common. It's Korean. not really the area that I mean. You know of a lot of Asian mythology and whatnot. You really focus more on the Japanese and the Chinese and the demonology and the dragonology that happens there. Not Korean doesn't really pop up a whole lot.
So technology hated me, so I popped out during that part. Is this demonic, you said? Is it something that I might know? Is it my people?
No, I think it's a trickster spirit or something. This fox of 7 tails or whatever. 9 tails. And we saw her.
Actually,
it emerged from this statue.
So when you would know a little bit about this, only because you've heard of Kumihiro in your circles because she kind of encroaches on your territory. She also can lure young boys and get them to do her bidding as well, and seduces them in pretty easy ways. She's amateur hour compared to you. Like, she doesn't really have the skills down. She doesn't do the different magic levels. Like, she actually was, if the legend holds true, like they all do, a fox for 1,000 years. And was able to kind of gain her powers from her knowledge of that and then make it into the immortal realm that way. But she wasn't created that way. Like, she was originally a mortal creature. So, yeah, she's good. She's not great.
Great. All right, well, I haven't seduced a trickster in a while. Where'd you go?
I believe Vinny said that way.
Right.
Yeah, yep.
All right.
Should some ears.
Sure.
Fox. Just kind of foxy.
I'm going to go over to Chip, Officer Chip, and get his extra handcuffs. Just going to take them off his mouth.
Hey, so welcome back. Hey, where are you going with those? Where you coming back?
I have to go. Right? I have to do one more thing.
I don't have a lot of time, but I got some time for you.
You have time.
Yeah, we'll make time. Yeah.
And then I leave with his handcuffs. And then I come back. Does he have like a stun baton?
Like a taser gun?
Sure.
Pretty much the only gun he does really have. Yeah, Officer Chip isn't really
like
super
a taser, or does he have like a baton that I can like?
Sure. Yeah. No, he's got one of the extending batons. Yeah, a little loose baton.
So I'm gonna leave and then come back and get the taser, and then I'm gonna leave again. I'm gonna come back and get the extending baton. I'm gonna leave again.
I like how you're thinking.
And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna take his belt, and then I'm gonna leave. We're good.
I kind of need that for I'm using that.
Last one's just for fun.
All right. I mean, it's kind of the middle of the day here. My pants are gonna fall down. I'm a little.
Yeah.
I used to do all this exhibitionism, but public displays of affection are cool. It's all right. Yeah, well, I'm into it. Yeah, I'm into it. You're gonna come back, right?
And then I'm gonna point the bear at him, and then.
Not into that. It's cool. Not into that.
And then I'm gonna go after the fox lady.
Okay.
Meanwhile, there is a furious stone-headed bear tearing this fucking school.
Still there.
No.
Just busting his head against walls and smashing into the complete statue with the talking head that's on the ground. Somebody get the bear off of me, please! Somebody, please!
Dr. Campbell, are you still in the school? You came back in the school, right?
Oh yeah.
He's standing there watching the bear freak out.
Sure. Why don't you come with me though? Because you have like a bag full of tricks, and those are useful.
Yes.
Didn't you find like a rock thing earlier?
I have a very large stick. Perhaps you could tell me how you how we should handle. I'm going with you.
Yes. Come along. Don't forget your bag of toys.
Yes. I'll grab my sack and I'll grab my pool cue.
Lovely.
Don't leave your bag.
I have stumbled upon the professor's pepper spray soaked shirt, and I'm rubbing my face all over it.
Good enough. You know that it's the pepper spray shirt because you can start smelling it as you're rubbing up against it because your nose is starting to pink up just a little bit, and your mouth is still kind of held open from what it is, but the top of your snout, you're starting to get some air out of there, so you can breathe okay. And the more you keep rubbing, the more you start, spicy eyes. Still, it still stings a little bit, but you're starting to get some feeling back.
I smell. I catch the scent of Vinny, who pepper sprayed me earlier, and I just follow my nose towards him.
There you go. Nice. Yeah, I love the fact that the Dr. Campbell with the giant pool cue and the spray and his bag of tricks steps over the bear and the screaming statue on the floor to go with Gwen. The power is strong with this one. He doesn't even realize he's being so charmed.
Well, wouldn't you?
Seduction goes always in this case.
Always.
All right, so if you were heading off in the direction that everyone points,
Correct.
Poor Officer Chip with his pants around his ankles because he doesn't have a belt anymore or anything else that was on it.
Yeah.
Came to the radiator. You look down the hallway past. So if you recall, you walk in the door, you turn right, you turn left. As you keep going down that hallway down to the right, which is you're going back past the door. You look in the room, and Brandon and the cloak guy are not anywhere to be seen. It is expected, well, except for Brandon and his stone feet. So
Right.
his feet are kind of hanging out, but he's not there. So his feet actually aren't hanging out. He's gone, and so is the guy in the cloak. Perhaps he helped him get to a different place, or perhaps Cloak had his own axe. We don't know. But they're not in the room any longer. The other two guys are still stone, including Chester Chip, who was wobbly up like this. When you pass down the room, you see signs painted on the door. There's lockers across the wall. And you see there's a cafeteria straight ahead, and it looks like there's a couple of home ec rooms down the hallway on the right.
All right.
You're just gonna go through? Just gonna walk?
Yeah.
All right, great. So as you start walking down the hall, it is still class time. There's not a whole lot of people in the hallway, as you see. Even with the giant commotion that you guys just caused a few minutes ago, there was not a lot of reaction.
I think I got something here.
Yeah.
This is a being of otherworldly thing, and in my experience of demonology, I should have the ability to detect whether someone is either possessed by a demon or is somehow manifested. So I would like to prepare some kind of not human detecting spell.
All right. Yeah.
Not of this world.
You're looking for like a demonic tile app.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna cleverly use my mystic arch.
I'll give you a tip. The bear is not human.
We don't know that.
Good tip.
And
There was one
this is going to be like a created advantage roll. And so because I'm a resourceful bastard, I get a +2 when I cleverly create advantages using scientifically and mystical means. Sometimes I go both ways. So that would be a 15.
All right. So that is not a succeed style, but a definitely good success on that one. You beat it by 5. And so you not
That
only
is a
determine. So it's succeed style if you beat by 5?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So not only do you have did your spell when you roll it up just kind of pop up out of your bag, it kind of creates this little fairy light and goes and rather than just highlighting the area that something would be located in that is a non-human origin, it actually gives you a solid pinpoint for this one. So think tag on a map. Same kind of deal.
Got
So
it.
what this thing does is it starts taking off down the hallway and starts tracing around the room, and it wanders its way down the hall, around the corner, and you start chasing it around, and you find that past the cafeteria, around the corner, the other end of the school, in the women's bathroom, it fits through the door and goes flip and flips through the door right into the women's bathroom.
Well,
When
Yeah.
we might need you.
this is a poor time for me to exercise my investigative skills, so
So this is what I'm picturing is you've got the doctor with his unbuttoned shirt as he's walking through with his little medical.
Take his shirt off.
His
It's on the floor back by the
cauldron.
dresser.
That's right, it's off because so you've got a shirtless old guy walking through the high school, following this ghost light. You've got Vinny the fence, and the bear who's cleaning himself off at the back, and Wen who's just kind of standing there with a giant arsenal of things that she took off of the police officer. I assume you're wearing the belts with everything kind of tucked into it, or maybe you're.
It's sort of like bandolier style.
Yeah, like a bra strap. Yeah, I see that. Instead of a shirt top, you're just kind of wearing the belt now.
No.
Yeah. No, that's not. Yeah, that's pretty much how I see it. That's what you're wearing now. It's just the belt. Yeah, you're a succubus, and we know how it goes. So your police belt is now your top. Everything accessible right up in there, so you can grab it when you need it.
Seems like it's not large enough to be a top.
It's entirely possible.
All right. Not weird at all.
Three of you are walking down the hallway. You're very determined. You're very focused. You're following this light. You're getting ready to go. You're getting armed up, and it enters the sign that shows the little girl's bathroom picture on it, and all the guys go, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Jeez. I'm not. Hey, how about you take this one? That's what I'm picturing. Real quick, by the way.
All right. So I kick open the door. Walk in.
And in the third stall back, on the right-hand side, you see the little pink fairy light, just kind of like a Sims icon, just pointing straight down into the stall.
I'm just gonna knock on the stall door.
Occupied.
I'm gonna push on the stall door. Because in high school, they don't actually close very well.
Oh yeah.
It's open.
That is true. Yeah, not even that forcefully. It gives almost right away as it pops open, and there you see a guy in one of his varsity jackets. Name on it that says Garrett, and sitting on his lap, in a rather awesome kind of pose. As it looks like they were getting ready to make out. You see the little Asian girl with the fox ears. That look incredibly realistic, by the way, for being the anime ears that they are. Also has the tail popping out underneath her short skirt as she's kind of straddled over him. He looks happy, but not exactly conscious.
Wonderful. I'm going to tase her.
Let's say it again?
Yeah.
I'm going to tase her. And I guess because she's sitting on him, it makes
Might help him wake up.
Fair enough. All right.
helpful. I'm helping.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll that attack for me. And I'm going to say combat and tactics since you're using the taser gun.
Uh-huh.
Was
And
she
then... Okay, what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
She
Alright.
is.
I'm going to be clever. I'm assuming that's clever. Yeah? We'll do it cleverly.
Seems a little more forceful to me, but I'm going to let you choose that role. So yeah, clever.
I'm going to say clever because of where I tase her, which will be the base of the skull. Because it's right in front of me. Because she's straddling him.
Again, I'm going to go for forceful on that one, but if you feel that's clever, then that's okay.
Clever. I feel good about that roll.
I fear you're a little afraid of the forceful die that you're using for your combat.
When does it have to be
technique.
forceful? When's not forceful? She's a finesse weapon.
Using a taser.
Her whole body is a finesse weapon.
Using a taser.
I have very, very finesse hands. That's just how it is.
Okay. Small hand shoots a taser. Cleverly, I guess. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. And yeah, okay. So I got got an 11.
Okay. Right. So.
I don't want to give you any more demon die because you have like 40.
I do, in fact. Yeah. Now, when I use demon dice, are those for specific techniques, or are they in?
I know you can't use them.
Ever.
So you use demon dice. So in order to utilize your character's aspects, so you can tag those. You can spend demon dice to do those. You can also just grab a handful and roll them and decide what happens.
Stop hoping.
You can like badness tables essentially.
All right. Well, that's what I needed to know because she does have an aspect of you don't get to be this old without being smart. And so I'm going to go ahead and invoke that aspect, giving her a +2 to a clever defense.
Well, she just gets an extra d6 to roll with it.
Excellent. That'll work. That's the wrong guy. There we go. 15.
Oh.
And then the +2 on top of that. So, what I can tell you...
just tased the dude.
And that's pretty much what it looks like. When you pull the gun, not her ears, the fox ears twitch. And when you pull the trigger, she ducks out of the way and jumps up and comes right next to you, right as you tase the guy in the face.
Yeah, well...
Taser shot because you were aiming at the back of her neck and he moved and he's just shaking and convulsing as you're holding the taser on his face. And she comes right up next to you and licks your cheek.
That's gross.
Right up the side. And to be honest...
I don't know about that.
Normally I'd be super into that, but she's annoying me right now.
There isn't... Being as annoyed as you are, there is an almost compulsion to like it, though. You feel it like way deep in the back, like, ooh, that's nice. Like, you know this power. It's the same thing you kind of have.
Right.
Uh-oh, succubusing the succubus.
And while your hand is still on it, she actually carefully touches her face and brings it to hers and looks at you eye to eye.
Uh-huh.
And kisses you.
Well, I never took off the thing.
Yeah.
I got the bubble.
Got
I
the
never
bubble
said I
thing
took
on
it off.
It dissolves as she moves in to kiss you. Just melts away.
Great.
So she is now kissing you.
Great. I'd like to handcuff her to the stall while she's doing that.
All right, you can go ahead and try to do a quick motion with that one.
Quick, great. Not sneaky?
It would be sneaky. Yeah, no, sneaky's good.
All right.
She will also react with a sneaky.
She's busy tonguing my face.
Yep.
All right. Ooh. 18?
Wow. Let's see here. I rolled the wrong die.
Oh, and then because I'm double jointed, I get a +2 when I safely try to overcome a physical obstacle.
Physical obstacle.
Does that count as a physical obstacle? horny fox chick? Seems like a physical obstacle.
It's 926. I think it counts.
Yeah, I would say that counts. Yeah. Do you have a +2 to that?
So 20.
So I have a 21. And I can show you the dice, but it's a 2, 5, a 3, an 11, and a 1. With the extra demon dice in there. Which doesn't change too much. What you notice, though, is her tongue stud. You can feel that in your mouth. And it seems like that the top ball of the tongue stud comes unscrewed, and it goes into your mouth.
Great. Got that going for me.
So you now have that in your mouth. And that's what it is. That seems to be all that's happening. So you can try to give it back to her. You can try to keep it, whatever. That's just what happened. So when you tried handcuffing her, by the way, which was the actual attack that you had.
Yeah.
She brought her when you had her hand with the cuffs. She brought it up, and suddenly it was in the back of your head, but like holding you into the kiss when you felt the tongue stud in your mouth.
Great, tongue stud.
So, drawn by the scent of burning Garrett, I come blasting into the bathroom.
Yes, Bear. Bear to the rescue.
Slam into the side of the stall and just I want to just like crush the stalls against each other.
Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead and give me that forceful attack.
Right. And I'm going to toss in another d6. Let's call it a rar. I'm going to...
rar mofos.
Those 2 that I've made earlier, the rar mofos. Toss those in there. And... So, this is going to take me a while.
Wow.
16. It's 20, 23, 27, 30, 31, 36.
Good God. So it was.
Strangely, Jeremy rolled a 37 for defense of Saul.
It was.
So now you have one side in your mouth as well. Really weird.
Also, 3 of those are demon dice.
I was getting that. There were 4 balls to create 3 full stalls. They were 5 points each. That's 20 points, which means you still beat it by 16 points on top of that. So.
Wow, I hope one moved.
I was expecting you to perhaps domino the walls and collapse them through. You didn't. You full bear bull rushed. You went in and they collapsed side by side by side by side.
I was in front of the stall.
Yes, you were. You were right at the doorway because you kicked it in. So, like, your kiss gets ripped away from your mouth and just squished in this pancake of walls and thrown through the wall. Bear, that was just the 20 points to close the walls. You keep going and put a hole into the side of the building, walls and all, and you just create this massive entryway that just went straight through. Poor Garrett is there. He kind of fell off the toilet underneath, but he's worse for the wear. And Fox Girl is nowhere to be seen. She's just an Oreo inside of this wafers of wall at the moment. You still have a ball in your mouth.
I saunter in at this point.
You see exactly what just happened with the giant crash. Bear created a hole in the other side of the building through 4 walls.
That's my cue.
And Wen is standing right there, handcuffs in one hand, kind of like just came off of a kiss.
I'm gonna take the ball out of my mouth.
All right.
And look at it.
It is, in fact, it doesn't look so much like a marble stud as it felt like. It looks like it's a small stone, kind of like tiger's eye stone.
Ooh, shiny.
Stop it! I'm gonna slap him on the nose like a dog.
With the taser you're holding in the one hand, or the ball that you're holding in the hand.
I'm not gonna set the taser off. I'm gonna pistol whip him a little bit.
I say, all right, we need to banish the spirit. Everybody with me now. When focus your energy on that thing there, the bead. It's good. You've got energy. It's good. Use that. Bear, is gone. Good.
There's a hole in the wall. He is blasted through.
Vinny,
He is a pile of dust. He's just a cloud of dust behind him. He's just jet streaks.
Vinny, concentrate on what you would do with that stone. Think about the amazing things that you could do with that. How much you could get for it in the market. Use that energy as we say these words that I don't have the creativity to create ad lib right now. But and so
that we don't have the creativity to create right now. That we don't have the creativity.
That'll work. Okay, so we are going to banish this entity. This is an exorcism, straight out. We're just gonna like get rid of her.
It's not gonna like proof me away too, right? Just out of curiosity.
Well, we're gonna focus on Korea. So
we'll see how it goes. We'll win.
Yeah.
We should be fine.
If if you identify yourself as a foxy lady, maybe there's going to be trouble. I don't know. Okay, so I would say in the category of the summons, we can reverse that and call it banish.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she's a god or an entity, so or just an otherworldly entity.
You actually do know that because based on the information that Wen gave you, if she is the Kumihiro that everyone thinks she is, the Fox of Nine Tails, she was previously a fox. Literally a fox that lived to be 1,000 years old and became this creature.
Okay. So she's an otherworldly entity then, because she wouldn't necessarily be, natural at this point.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to do that. So that's 10. Another, let's see, it's going to single person, so 0. Instantaneous effect is 0. Wow. The only question is bends, breaks, or tells the laws of physics to go fuck themselves.
So you walked into the room and you're seeing her hold the stone that Vinny's going after?
Yeah.
So, Dr. Campbell, this is right up your specialty. You know exactly what this is.
Okay.
That's a Yoshiro stone, which is an entity of knowledge. When that stone is either invoked, which could happen by swallowing it, you and everyone in the vicinity gets a deific knowledge and a complete cosmic understanding of a great amount of knowledge that happens instantaneously in the room that can only be obtained from otherworldly entities or spirits.
Got it.
Should I eat it?
I come charging back in and swallow it.
No, the bear does not swallow it.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and spend my last faith die on my ritualish. My rituals are locally sourced.
Am I supposed to eat it?
Eat it.
Well, I wouldn't spit it.
You're going to make the demon eat it?
Oh, yeah.
Let me change my tables.
The bad? Okay. I hope I don't die.
That is an 18 for me, plus whatever they give me. So they would know. So what they would typically do is Duke would roll a created advantage roll.
All right.
Yep.
And then Wen could do the same, but
Not as she said.
Swallowing of the thing, maybe not so much. I don't know.
Yeah. So because of the fact that this is the Yoshihiro stone, Wen, go ahead and roll a create advantage. Use your clever and Mystic Arts, unless you have a fringe of succubus.
I do have a fringe of succubus.
Let's.
Would I, before I eat this, as a succubus, be a demon?
Mm-hmm.
Would I know not to eat this? Will it do I have as as a succubus, do I have reservations about eating it? Is what I'm saying.
You would, because of the fact of you know what kind of power this thing holds, and the kind of knowledge that gains out. You don't get to choose the kind of knowledge that you gain. This is the knowledge that was given to you either on purpose or accident by the otherworldly entity. So, for example, if you had a Yoshiro stone that you gave away to a different mortal, they would understand how and why you were able to seduce and the infernal powers that come with that, which means the costs of being a succubus and kind of the tribulations that you go through, because it's not all rainbows. So they would immediately and instantly understand all of your hunger and all of your cravings and all of the reasons that and ways that you dispel those. Okay. Being one of those creatures yourself, you don't necessarily know if you want to have that same kind of suffering and understanding of another creature that goes through potentially what you go through as well.
Right, but I don't think I would want a human to have to go through it.
Feed it to the bear.
Yeah,
right, but if we feed it to the bear, then the bear can't tell us anything. It's a bear, so it's not useful.
Well, I did say that it's kind of this area
of effect?
Communal understanding, right? That happens.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, so everybody knows it.
Potentially, yes.
Potentially.
Yeah, what could go wrong? He's only got 40 demon dice.
Oh!
I do have a lot of fucking demon dice.
Alright.
By the way.
You know what? I'm gonna YOLO. I'm gonna eat it.
There you go. All right.
Can I roll something for that?
Go ahead and roll a creative advantage using your mystical arts.
No, succubus.
Sure. Yeah, that's right. You're succubus.
I roll a million. It's not a million.
My demon dice are 1,000,003. Unfortunately, I have a lot of them here.
You. It's 12.
Okay. 12. 18 for you, Dr. Campbell?
Yep.
That's
all right.
30, because I know math.
Vince, this is the most focused you've been this entire game. You're thinking about it.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to invoke my aspect. Vlad told me I had to do this.
Not want to let him down.
That would be an 18.
Yeah.
Well
Better
done.
time than any. Nice. Bear? I don't know what's going on with that. That's freaking me out. Did I hear correctly? You came back in when this happened. You were blasting back in. You were going to eat it, and she was like, "No, mine!" And
Sure,
we ate it instead. Okay, awesome. So do you want to roll any give advantage for that at all, or are you just?
I don't see how I could.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I just wanted to ask you real quick and bounce that off. Okay, so I see 48 as the total with advantage. Which the thing? How many demon dice do I have? Anybody else do the math on that?
I think you're down to -2 now.
-2 dice? Yeah. So I owe you guys dice?
Yeah. Stop with all the dice. Stop that.
A lot of shaking.
I don't like it. Yeah, see, the ones on the floor don't count.
You'll be happy to know that a couple of these are double D6, which are pretty amazing.
Oh, wow.
Look at all those ones. 2, 3,
Good.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope. That's 13. It's 22. Was that total roll for this?
That's less.
So you guys, what happens when? So here we go. This is what it looks like. Tiger's Eye gem. Bear runs into the room. Wen swallows it. You do your focus spell, and Vinny, you're. This is for Vlad. And just thinking really hard. At the moment that thing enters her mouth, when you see it first, and everyone does the exact same thing, your eyes all glow yellow. And across the room, everyone has these yellow glowing eyes, and and it seems to be in the world you are completely back, and you are way back in feudal Korea. And you see the fox, and you see the journey that it goes through, and the ways that it hunts, and the sneaky dodge that it has to hide, and hunt after hunt after hunt after hunt, and it makes its own until it finally has to kill it to survive, and it eats the liver of a person because that's the only way that it can be sustained for the winter, and that gives it a second tail, and it goes through, and it gets older and older, and suddenly it receives a wound when it comes back, and you feel the learning and the knowledge. And step after step after step, you have this incredible sense of survival skill. And the fact that you fall in love with these humans who are going to be hunting you, and you find a passion for them, and you want to protect them and be a part of them, but then you realize that they become the only source that keep you alive, and you consider to go through with that. And you have this emotional tear as you are wanting to be exactly everything that you could possibly be, but knowing that that is a monster hurts you, and that it hurts others, and it brings you back to this place, and you feel everything start focusing down inside your eyes, inside each other's eyes, of this one paralleled motion of the only place that you can find peace, the only way that you can be peaceful is to no longer be. And as an immortal, the only thing you can do would be to set in stone, and you find yourself, what you've searched for this entire time, it came to you, this spear of Jordan, that will hold you and will keep you in this safe place so that you won't have to hurt anyone else ever again. And your focus comes down, and it feels pointed and pointed, and it goes all the way in to this little flash of light that is, as you see, and everything opens up and the gold starts going away from your eyes, is actually the tip of the spear from the angle that you're seeing in your own eyes from the time that you're set into stone. And Dr. Campbell, when your eyes unglow and they come back from the ritual, you still have the spear in your hand. You hear a chime, almost like old gong tones from the ancient monks coming out of your bag.
It's your cell phone. Somebody's calling you.
It's probably what it is. It's a cell phone.
Yeah.
If you look inside your bag, you find that green limestone that you had is now a jade goblet, and inscribed around the outsides of it are caricatures of a fox with 9 tails chasing itself. It's a long circular story of inside this jade bowl.
Wow. And is what's her name still in there in the stall?
You do not see the girl inside the stall. You don't see anything outside the stall doors, but you hear a sound behind Glenn on the ground, and you look down below, and there is, about this large, much smaller than anyone would guess it would appear, a fox, almost tiny size, a little pocket-sized fox, with this fire going out the back of it. It looks like almost an extension of one tail, but it is in a glowing golden red kind of streaking flame, and it's looking at you and looking back and forth at the bull.
I boop with the tip of the spear at the fox.
The fox looks up to you, and it looks like it's about to sniff the tip of the spear, and it pokes its nose into it as well. And just like the professor, the statue turns itself into this form, and it goes from the nose, down the ears, across the eyes, and you see the stone and gray turn away from the red. The fire flies up in the air and flicks out, and on the bottom you see actually 9 separate tails now in this statue of a fox that's staring up and looking at you in a seated position.
I try and see if I can pick it up.
It weighs about 5 pounds. It's just a little rock fox.
I put it in my bag, and I say, "Our work here is done." And
wow. Is this why you guys do?
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep this and return it to the warehouse.
You hear outside the wall, right where the giant hole was with the bear, you hear just a large engine roll up. And appearing right next to you, Vinny, is the stewardess. Hello, sir. I hope that you enjoyed your stay. Your plane is ready. On the other side of the wall, here, bear. Here's a bear. Fish.
Bear's had enough of this crap. He just runs off into the wilderness. Never to be seen again.
The guy starts chasing bears. Bear, 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 bear! Bear, 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 bear! As he chases off after him, holding the fish up in the air.
Don't even try. But I'll take that flight home. This is yeah. I'd like to go back to painting fences, and that would be just fine.
Dr. Campbell, you're also handed a ticket. When you're also handed a ticket that says home base. That's all it says on the ticket.
Awesome.
Everyone's handed a ticket and ticket to the plane.
I'm a poop home. I need a hot shower.
Well, bravo, Jerry.
Cold one.
It's we're 20 minutes past our closing bedtime, so I'd say we ought to call it here.
Thanks for riding with me, everybody.
Thank you for a great adventure. That was awesome.
That was very good.
Thank you.
Good times.
I'm glad you all liked it. I had a good time. Sarah, thanks for staying with me. I know it's like 4 in the morning where you are right now, so I appreciate that.
It's okay. We
And
made
let
out
me
with the
say,
fox. Good stuff.
there's some big
Goes
shoes to
Foxy.
fill because I will be DMing next month's game.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So next
We're doing
month, Jimmy is DMing next session. We will be going back to the 1940s, I believe.
Indeed.
Nice.
So
Love it.
all brand new characters.
Wait, where did we land on? Can I
Let's
still
just
do
say
that?
you don't want Wen to have been there.
Okay. I'll come up with somebody else.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks
Awesome.
everybody. We'll catch you next month at DG Game Night. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.